And we welcome you back, United Wireless Arena here in Dodge City, as we take a look now at the Sioux City starting offense and defense. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. On the offensive line, Darius Barnes at right guard from Southern Mississippi. Matt Ron, who played for Omaha last season, 6'4", 310-pounder from Hastings College. He's the starting center. And then Brent Schlody, 6'4", 315-pounder from Wayne State, makes up your offensive line that goes 6'4", 327 across. Receivers, Frederick Bruno, who played at Wayne State, 5 catches, 75 yards 2 weeks ago, and then went over Omaha. Damon Mothershed, along with Jeremiah Oates, who had 3 catches, 47 yards against Omaha, and 2 touchdowns. In the backfield is Johnny Bentley, who last year nearly approached that 1,000-yard rushing mark. It's his 8th season with the Bandits, 5'10", 235-pounder from Northern State University. And Charles Dowdell, who played at Bloomington last year, was the CPIFL Offensive Player of the Year. Irv Strobe, now in his 4th season, played 9 years on the offensive line, spent 3 years as an assistant, and now in his 4th season as the head coach. Defensively for Sioux City, under the direction of defensive coordinator John Zeverbegan, they will start Ben Peaster, who played for the Kansas Coyotes last year at one end, Sean Kelly at the other. Darius Davis gets the start at the nose guard. Marlon Lobin, 6'3", 245-pounder from Sioux Falls, is the starting linebacker. Cliff Stokes and Angelo Pree, the corners. John Smith and Ron Franklin in the safety spots. As the captains go towards midfield to shake hands for the coin toss, we send it over to Ross for the keys here to today's game.
Mike, number one, you've got to contain the quarterback because he's going to do very well. Dowdell is going to be that good because, Mike, when there's nothing down there, he's able to take off. He's just basically like Josh Floyd. That's going to be really hard on the defense. Play that press coverage, man coverage, how they're ever going to do. Thing is, our defensive line has got to get after him and contain him and not let him get to the outside. Mike, I think our next one has to be the offensive line. You understand we're going up against a very good defensive front three. Offensive line had a great game last week. Need to continue that role right now and protect Josh Floyd. Let him know that Josh is right now understood. You know, like I said, he learned a couple lessons last week that got to get back in that game time mode, is that when you got time, get rid of the football. When you don't have time, fold it and go with it or throw it away. And lastly, Mike, I think our kicking game is going to be very big. I thought it kind of let us down a little bit last week. Now, I'm not saying that Alex Fanbro is a bad kicker, a very good kicker. Problem is, though, that we let them start 3 straight possessions on the 25-yard line, Mike. They scored all 3 times, bang, bang, bang. We've got to have a better kicking game.
Point toss was won by Sioux City. They defer, so it'll be Dodge to get the football first, and an offense to put up 338 yards. One interesting note, one sour note, I guess you could say, Mo Young will not play in this game, out with an injury. So he is gone. So Jeffrey Cameron, we might even see a little Jamie January in this game, but Mo Young, who was so big in the game last week, 8 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. He is gone. And remember, we lost him for a game last year because of injury against Salina up there, and we ended up losing against Salina. So the Law will be moving from right to left, wearing the gray and silver pants with the yellow trim and the dark gray towards the top of the jersey. Gray numerals, Sioux City in the road, white and blacks, white shirts, black pants, black helmets with the orange logo.
Man, that hurts. I hate to see Mo Young out of the ballgame, but we've got other great receivers too. Vince and also Carson coming out of the backfield. It could be a tough matchup for Sioux City.
Dominique Carson a yard deep in the end zone, and a squib that bounces at the 20, fielded by Cashman Thomas at the 10, up the middle, 15-20, across the 20, near the 25-yard line, running between the hash marks. And he's brought down by Richard Daniel on special teams. With a 13-yard return, we'll actually push him out near midfield, so give him 15
the Dodge City
for Dodge City.
Mike, I was very impressed with Cash last Tuesday there at Casey's Steakhouse. Did a great job, fun entertainer, and this guy has got it going on, Mike. Very energetic, enthusiastic individual that loves to play this game.
1st and 10, right at midfield for Dodge City, moving from right to left. Brandon Benson goes to the left. Wide right is Dello Davis. Floyd out of the shotgun. He'll send 2 in high motion. Takes a bell tie snap. Handoff to Carson with a stutter step running to the left. And maybe squeezed out a yard into plus territory. Lobin, the linebacker, makes the stop. Gain of a yard to the Sioux City 24. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, We went up there and tried to make a block on the linebacker. Didn't do a very good job. I think that might have been January that was in there trying to go in there and go after the linebacker. Maybe clear off a little bit. Just couldn't hold that block.
Last week, Amarillo put 2 linebackers in the box, so it almost dared Dodge City to throw it. And that they did 33 times for nearly 260 yards. 2nd and 9. Ball in the near hash, moving right to left. 4 receivers, 3 right, 1 left. An empty set with Floyd out of the shotgun. Left foot in front of his right. Takes a chest high snap. 3-man rush. Fires out to the near side, incomplete. And short hops Dello Davis. Back in coverage for Sioux City was Angelo Pree. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Boy, it just seemed a little funky. And Mike, it's awful quiet in here for a decent crowd on a Sunday. But it just seems like nobody hiked the football. No energy whatsoever in this crowd. Maybe get some big-time play going on here. Maybe we can get this crowd fired up.
Last week on 3rd down, Dodge was 6 of 10. They were 0 for 3. Excuse me, 1 for 3 on 4th down. 3rd and 9, ball in the near hash. Dodge at the plus 24. Davis to the left, 2 receivers go right. Carson behind Floyd out of the pistol. Sends 2 in high motion, takes a waist-high snap, back to throw. 3-man rush, rolls to the right, pumps, gonna take off up the sideline 20, and he's drilled into the far side wall near the 17-yard line, where he's brought down by Cliff Stokes, one of the secondary men. So he's down to the 17. He gains 7. It'll be 4th and 2.
That time, Sioux City's front 3 did a great job. Peaster, Kelly, and Davis was able to get into the backfield and chase Floyd out.
Cliff Stokes, who played at Iowa State, originally from Tallahassee, Florida. 4th and 2. Close to 1. Dodge City on the right hash at the Sioux City 17. Benson right. Jamie January will go in high motion to the right. Floyd out of the pistol with Carson behind him. A 4-man box. They show blitz. Handoff Carson. Gets by 1 man. Reverses field. Gets a block from Floyd. Cuts it back upfield. Has a 1st down. Breaks another tackle. And he's down upside. The number is near the 5. They had him dead to rights. Angelo Pree saves the touchdown. But he gains 13 after it looked like he might lose 3 or 4.
Wow, what a great carry that time. Went off over to the right side. Just nothing there. Had to come right back over, Mike. And he's heading down there. Here's Randall downfield making a block down there. Able to free him up. Nice job there by Carson.
How about Floyd? Blocking Sean Kelly as Carson reverse field. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line near hash. Benson right matched up with Cliff Stokes. Floyd out of the pistol, Carson behind him. Jamie January in high motion right. Takes the snap, handoff Carson, sweeping to the left, and maybe got to the 3 behind a block from Matt Randall as he was finished off by Marcus Miles. Maybe a half yard to a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal near the 3.
And I like watching Mac Randall. Big dude, does a great job. Offensive 6'3", only 375 pounds, Mike.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't mind running behind him.
I was going to say that may be putting you and me together might match 375.
When we go out to eat with the players, that's why you always call them the buffet killers. If you get behind Mac Randall, you're going to starve. 2nd and goal from the 3. January, Davis, and Benson all to the right. Floyd out of the shotgun. A 5-man box as Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Quick drop, going to step up and take off. Breaks a tackle, pumping right, and then taken down at the 4. Great pursuit by Darius Davis, who played at his head coach's alma mater, Wayne State. Might have lost a half yard. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Oh, I tell you what, it was setting right there for Floyd to go right up to the middle, but as he started to take off, one of the defensive linemen who was on the ground had a hold of his foot, couldn't go right up the middle. He goes right up the middle, follows Carson up the middle. That's going to be a touchdown. Just couldn't quite get away. As he did, it turned him off to the outside, and so then he had to take the lane that was there. Really just a good job of defense that time by the Bandits.
That's going to go down as a sack. The 3rd this offensive line has given up in the first 2 games. 3rd and goal, right hash at the 4.
Well, I'd love to see us try to get Vincent into this ballgame.
Benson left, Dello Davis to the right. Floyd out of the pistol with Carson behind him. 3-man front for Sioux City. Takes the direct snap, 3-step drop. Pumps, gonna step up, shovel pass right to Carson. Breaks a tackle, lounging forward towards the goal line, is gonna be stood up. Driving forward, they don't blow it dead, and he's in. They don't blow the play dead. You can give the assist to Matt Randall. Dominique Carson takes a bow, and why not? A 4-yard touchdown pass on a shovel from Floyd to Carson, and it's 6-0 Dodge City.
Great job that time by Carson by not quitting, kept the legs going. and already getting a little chippiness out there. But Davis and Mac Randall yakking at each other. But I tell you what, Mac Randall, very active. Mike, able to come in there in what you'd call that a scrum, if you will, in rugby, was able to come in there and actually push the pile. Davis, I mean, just did a great job there trying to hold him up. Carson knew where he was able to reach the ball across the line, touchdown, BC Law.
Carson extended his arms as he was being draped by 2 white shirts. Vanbrugh was 9 for 9 on PATs, on for the extra point here. And a line drive kick is good, and some more chippiness between both the offense and defensive lines. But it's 7-0 Dodge City with 9:45 to play in the first on Z98. Opening drive for Dodge City, 7 plays, 25 yards. Josh Floyd tosses a shovel pass touchdown, and it's caught by Dominique Carson. Extra point good. 7-0 Dodge City as the squib kick angles to the near side. It goes off the wall. It's going to be pretty good field position to start for Sioux City. It was fielded. One of the up men, that was Marcus Miles at the 14-yard line.
Mike, you and I were talking about this before the ball game, is that's going to be the kick now. I mean, it's just not going to be anything that's going to be high. You have some kickers that do a very good job. I think of Wichita last year, that's able to kick the ball the full length of the field and put it almost right into the rafters, giving your coverage team doing a great job of getting down there and making contact. Thing is, now it's just going to be the squib kick, hard squib kick, hard to pick up and hard to get any return out of.
Charles Dowdell, the CPIFL Offensive Player of the Year in 2014. We'll start in the shotgun with Bentley to his left. Bruno goes left. Mothershed, the single receiver. Now 2 receivers, Mothershed and Oates to the right. They motion Bruno across the formation, 2 in high motion. Dowdell back to throw, well protected, throws one to the far side, and it's knocked away right at midfield by Rico Brooks. It was intended for Jeremiah Oates, who had 3 catches and 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against Omaha. It'll be 2nd and 10, Sioux City at their own 14.
And Mike, I tell you what, Dowdell missed a wide open Bruno going right down the seam. I don't know whether we were trying to set him up for the interception, but we were way off of him that time. I tell you what, I guarantee the coaching staff took a note of that. I told him next time on that pattern, look deep.
2nd and 10, Sioux City. Left hash moving left to right at their own 14. Under center is Dowdell. Hands it off. It's Bentley off left guard. Pushing forward, maybe got 2. He was hit first by Rico Brooks. Finishing him off was Jamar Seard. And also over there was Lou Van Green. So they'll get him to the 16, gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Well, I like what we've done so far. George on that front line along with Seard doing a great job. But I tell you what, our linebacker is going to have to come out and really step up big in this ball game. Brooks did a nice job getting to the football.
7-0 Dodge City. 8:10 to play first quarter. 3rd and 8, Sioux City at their own 16. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Dowdell changing the play with 13 on the play clock. Sends 2 across the formation in motion. A hard snap count. He gets Seard to jump. This could be a free play. Back to throw on a crossing pattern. And he's got his man. That's Mothershed coming across the middle right to left. Makes the grab, secures it against his chest at the Dodge City 23. Ja'Cory Quarterman rides him down. I don't know if the flag ever came out. It's a gain of 11. And it's a 1st down.
And I tell you what, Mothershed did a great job. But Quarterman was all over that play. That was just a good pass. But, Mike, we put no pressure on the quarterback whatsoever. 0
sacks, as we mentioned in the pregame last week. 7-0 Dodge City. 7.5 to go first quarter. 1st and 10 Sioux City. Left hash at the Dodge 24.5. 3 receivers. Hand off to Bentley. Sweeps to the right. Cuts back. Shakes off. And he fumbles the football. It's loose at the 15. Ja'Cory Quarterman is the one that got shaken out of his boots. Looked like Sioux City fell back on top of it at the 16. They're still unpiling the bodies. Some extracurricular going on afterwards. And still no signal. Who's got the football? Dodge City had it at the bottom of the pile. Mark Sterling had the ball, but I think they're going to say it was originally recovered or at least down by contact, but that's a gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3.
Boy, open field tackling is going to make a big difference in this ball game, and that time we had him right there. We just missed the open field tackle.
Johnny Bentley last year ran for 956 yards. He only had 55 yards rushing 2 weeks ago against Omaha. Second and 3, Sioux City at the Dodge 16. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They motion Bruno across the formation. Dowdell back to throw. Fires it out, and it's caught by Bruno. And he's slammed right into the wall. Dejan Love and Mark Sterling over there. The ball was led right out in front of him. Extended his arms out, makes the catch. And he's down to the 6. It's a gain of 10. It'll be first and goal coming up for Sioux City.
Mike, you watch this offensive possession right now, and Dowdell, and he's already know where the number 1 receiver in his play is. Throws that a little bit high, and it was inside, throws it outside, but a great catch there by Bruno.
6th play of this drive, first and goal, left hash at the 6. Dowdell under center. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Bentley deep in a 1-back set. On a motion jet sweep to the right, it's Bruno. Looked like he fumbled the ball, falls back on it, sweeping outside the numbers from left to right. Mark Sterling meets him head on at the 4. It's a gain of 2. It'll be second down and goal.
Bruno went to make a cut, Mike, and really had so much speed going to the outside, 28 yards wide, and just couldn't really get there whatsoever, get the feet under him. Slipped a little bit, and as he's going down, the football did drop. Fell right on top of it.
And all that, he gains 2 yards. Second and goal coming up at the 4-yard line. Dowdell on the shotgun this time. Bentley to his right. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Right foot in front of his left. Hard snap count. Sends a man in high motion. Zone read. Keeping it was Dowdell, but flags and whistles will blow this play dead, and a false start's going to be called against Sioux City.
Something that you like right here, but a great read that time too by Dowdell. All he's doing is reading the defense, decide to keep the ball himself, going to make it a one-on-one to the outside. But all for naught as this will come back.
Prior to the snap, full start, double pump on the center. That's 5 yards previous spot.
This drive is eaten up. About 4 minutes of this first quarter clock. 5:14 to play in the first. It'll be now a goal line situation, second and goal from the 9. Dodge scored on their opening drive. And now we have a timeout on the field with 5:14 to go. So if you're just tuning in, Dodge City takes the opening kickoff. They go 7 plays, 25 yards in 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Josh Floyd, a shovel pass, his 5th touchdown pass of the year, hitting Dominique Carson, who made 2 great plays on that drive. One on the touchdown reception, the other one on a 4th and short where he cut back, got a block from Josh Floyd and from Mac Randall, which eventually set up the touchdown. Sioux City, meantime, on this drive has converted on 1 third down, a 3rd and 8 from their own 16, and now a second and goal after the penalty. Sioux City trailing 7-0 with 5:14 left here in the first.
Mike, yesterday, well actually Wednesday marked the first time since 1973 that Dodge City has had a state basketball hosted here. Last ball game, I actually got to watch it. It was over at the Civic Center. That was Nolan Cromwell playing for Ransom at that time. I think they ended up maybe getting 3rd or 4th, but it was 3 Flax brothers, Looters, and Cromwell was the center in that ball game. Garden Plain was the last winner here in Dodge City. I think it's a great thing. It brings a lot of money here to Dodge City, right around $700,000 to do something like that. Reason why they moved it, well, there was a new place built for $7 million up at Hayes called Gross Memorial Stadium up there. Nice place to play. They moved 1A up there. Now 1A's gone to 2 different divisions. And Dodge City was able to capture it again since 1973. Good to have it back. Hope it gets stay here in Western Canada. It's really kind of a cool deal.
Give some congratulations, Scott City, making their 5th consecutive trip to the state finals, winning another state championship. The Holcomb boys winning, Cimarron girls finishing as the runner-up. And for all the Dodge City fans, Kelly Snodgrass is the head coach at Dodge City, was all on that last state title team for Cimarron back in 1998. So now a second and goal coming up. Sioux City at the Dodge City 9-yard line. This is the 7th play of this drive. They started at their own 14. Dowdell in the shotgun, Bentley to his right. Ball is on the right hash. Mothershed goes left. Bruno to the right. Dowdell sends 2 in high motion, takes a chest-high snap, play action, looks left, comes back to the right, fires, end zone, intercepted. Mark Sterling has the pick. That's one bugaboo that plagued Dowdell last season at Bloomington, but the interception by the information systems major at CSU Pueblo will give Dodge City the ball back at their own 5.
Oh, man, I tell you what, Dowdell had the man sitting there, too, as he's going across the back of the end zone. Problem is he underthrew it and threw it right in the hands of D.C. Law. Nice catch, man. I tell you, good turnover for Dodge City.
Big turnover. Remember last week, they didn't have any interceptions. They forced the one fumble that they got back from Nate Davis. I shouldn't even say forced. It was recovered after Davis bobbled the snap. So now Dodge 1st and 10 after the turnover. Up 7-0 at their own 5. This is a Sioux City team last year that won 10 games, made it all the way to the championship game. They lost to Wichita. Floyd out of the shotgun on 1st and 10 from his own 5. Takes a knee-high snap, 3-step drop, watch the bomb hit as he throws, it flutters in the air, and it's almost intercepted. The ball, as he cocked back to throw it, was deflected up in the air. The pressure from Sean Kelly, and it was almost picked off by John Smith.
Mike, I think he had King Jack Washington coming out of the backfield. It looked like I really didn't catch the number of that. Come out of the backfield wide open into the flat, but his vision was looking downfield all the way, going for the home run. King Jack had lots of room to run to the outside.
2nd and 10, Dodge City avoiding complete disaster at their own 5. Vinson and Jamie January to the right. Floyd takes the snap, trap handoff to King Jack Washington going right, cutting it back to the left, up the numbers right. And he's taken down at the 10-yard line by Darius Davis, who played collegiately at Wayne State, led the league in sacks a year ago for Sioux City. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 Dodge City with 3:45 to go in the first, 7-0 long.
All right, Randall gets downfield. He's going to take on Cliff Stokes. Stokes just basically started backing up a little bit. Randall weighing 375, Stokes a whopping 185. And then as Randall turns to go away, Stokes gives him that little shove in the back right there, let him know who's boss.
Davis to the left, 2 receivers right. Floyd out of the shotgun on 3rd and 5 from his own 10. Takes a chest-high snap, 3-man rush on a slant, puts it right on the numbers of Dello Davis. And he's got it out to the 15-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Angelo Pree was riding along his back. Gain of 5, moved the chains.
Mike, we did a little crossing pattern right there. Maybe if you want to call it a screen, a pick, however you want to put that. But nice job there by Floyd, able to knock that off there and make a nice little pass into his chest.
Dello Davis, 6 catches for 84 and a score last week. 1st and 10 Law, moving from right to left, up 7-0, 2:50 to play in the first at their own 15. Vincent and January to the right, Davis to the left, King Jack Washington on the right of Josh Floyd. Takes a trap handoff, sweeping to the right, breaking tackles. Actually shed off a would-be tackle. LeBron Franklin was finally finished off by Ben Peaster, up the numbers to the 20 right side, gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm liking what we're doing right now because we're getting yards after initial contact. Break a tackle, get 2 or 3 more yards, 50-yard field. Those 2 or 3 yards add up. You got to like that play.
King Jack Washington last year with the Oklahoma Defenders was 3rd in rushing, 2nd in yards per carry, and 5th in touchdowns. 2nd and 5 for their own 20 for Dodge City. Twins left. Jamie January, the single receiver to the right. Now they overload the left with 4 receivers. They set up the screen. It's caught. King Jack Washington towards the wall. And he maybe squeezes out 2 yards as he was run into down there by Marlon Lobin. And they'll mark him at the 21, so it only gains a yard. And that'll bring up 3rd down and a long 4, close to 5.
Mike Pree did a great job right there because all Pree did was spin off his man and able to meet him to the outside. We couldn't contain that. We've got to get around there and shut that door right there where Pree can make that little spin move and get to the outside to shut it off.
Dodge City 2 of 4 on 3rd down. They lead 7-0 with 1:20 to play in the first. They have a 3rd and 4 at their own 21. Ball on the near hash. Dodge moving right to left. Benson goes right. Jamie January right. Dello Davis outside the numbers to the left. Washington on the left hip of Floyd. He takes the shotgun snap. 3-man rush. Well protected. Pumps. Now he's going to take off. No, he fires late up the sideline for Vincent, who tries to make a sliding catch coming back to the ball. And he dropped it at the Sioux City 23. It's 4th and 4.
Oh, that's one Floyd would love to have back because he had Vincent right there. Brandon, big dude, able to toss in there. Brandon's actually lost some weight this year. He told us there 2 weeks ago. Thing is, so that Floyd on the run threw it low, only where one person can go get it. Problem was it was too low. Brandon couldn't dig it out.
4th and 4, the offense stays on the field. They will go for it, 4th and 4 at their own 21. Vincent right with Jamie January. Dello Davis left, 2 in high motion. Floyd takes the snap, here comes the blitz. Under some pressure, rolling to the left. And he'll go down. Sacked at the 15-yard line, and he took a huge hit from Marcus Miles, who finishes the play off. It's a loss of 6, and that's the 4th sack allowed by this offensive line.
And Mike, what happened on the play, linebacker comes right up the middle, and I thought he might have came a little bit too soon right at the snap. We're able to meet him at the line of scrimmage. Floyd stepped up, looked like he wanted to take off and then toss the ball. Thing is, though, that he's got to back up there, rely on that pocket, toss it downfield, though. But I'm going to say this, I don't know what Sean was arguing about, and he might have been arguing about the linebacker coming maybe just a little bit too soon on the play.
So that's the 2nd straight week that Dodge goes for it on 4th down, Ross. And not only do they turn it over, but they turn it over on a sack. Now, the only difference here compared to last week was Floyd did not fumble the football, but they came on a blitz. You mentioned that he might have jumped early, but it looked like initially they picked up the blitz. Floyd actually rolls out of the pocket to the left, and as he does so, he runs right into Marcus Miles, and then plays over. So now Sioux City will have it in plus territory just outside the red zone at the Dodge 16.
Mike, you were talking about Holcomb a little while ago. How about father-son? David Novak really got the Holcomb program built up and was able to take it to state. Here comes Chad Novak, and he's got some great things coming up there. Sleep, a very good player that's going to be gone now. Goshawk, also another great player, but there's a lot of players there in the cupboard for Chad Novak. And then you got to go down to Hugoton. Congratulations to the Hugoton girls also in the 4A division. And Mike, that is a young team, and that's going to be a team that's going to make a lot of trips to state here in the future.
Most of their offense was freshmen. Reminder that our opening kickoff this afternoon was brought to you by Western Plains Medical Center. Trust Dr. Ashback with all of your medical concerns. Follow the law. Think Western Plains first. It'll be 1st and 10 Sioux City with 22 seconds left here in the first. Just tuning in, Dodge City took their opening drive, 7 plays, 25 yards, converted a 4th down, and a shovel pass from Floyd to Carson from 4 yards out. That's the only score in this game. Charles Dowdell, who was the CPIFL Offensive Player of the Year last year, threw an interception in the end zone. But Dodge can't convert a 4th down. Now it's 1st and 10 Sioux City. At the plus 16, handoff to Bentley, right up the middle, twists and turns, and Marquise George rides him down at the 14-yard line. That could be the final play of this first quarter after a gain of 2.
Great recognition by George, able to follow the football and the player, wraps him up and stays with him all the way, Mike, and then just uses leverage to take him down.
That's the end of the opening quarter, so the only score on the board is a 4-yard touchdown pass on a shovel from Floyd to Carson at the end of 1. It's Dodge City 7, Sioux City nothing on Z98. One quarter complete here at the United Wireless Arena alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. 7-0 Dodge City. When we resume play, it'll be 2nd and 8. Sioux City at the law of 14. Let's take a look at the first quarter numbers. Two teams that are pretty explosive offensively, only 2 first downs apiece. 36 total yards for Dodge, 34 for Sioux City. Passing yards, 10 for Dodge City, 21 for Sioux City. Rushing yards, 26 on 8 carries for the law, and then 4 carries for 13 for Sioux City. Fumbles in that opening quarter. Sioux City had 1 that was officially counted as 1. Dodge City, none. Sacks, Dodge City gave up 2. Third downs, the law 2 of 4. The Bandits 1 for 1. And Dodge City held the ball for 9:56 of that first quarter. Sioux City, the other 5:04. The individual numbers, Floyd was 3 of 6, 10 yards, and the 1 touchdown pass was sacked twice. Dominique Carson, 3 carries for 15. Also had 1 catch for 4 and a touchdown. Dello Davis, 1 catch for 5 yards. Charles Dowdell, 2 of 4 for 21 yards, including an 11-yard strike on 3rd and 8. Johnny Bentley, 3 carries for 11. Frederick Bruno, 1 catch for 2. 1 carry for 2. And then on the receiving end, Damon Mothershed, 1 catch for 11. Frederick Bruno, 1 catch for 10 yards as we get set to start the second quarter, as they'll switch sides now. And Dodge City will be on defense. Sioux City moving now from right to left.
Mike, quickly, congratulations. We'll talk about state basketball, but congratulations to McPherson. Since 1912, 52 appearances, 22 championship appearances, 13 championships, 3 championships in 5 years. Way to go, Bull Pups.
2nd and 8. Sioux City at the Dodge 14 with 4 receivers. Whistles will blow this play dead. Oates makes a nice one-handed catch in the end zone. Let's see if they get an illegal defense or a movement. It's going to be a false start. And it's going to be 3rd and 13 coming up for Sioux City at the Dodge City 19-yard line.
Mike, we talked about a brother and, a father and a son. How about the 2 brothers now? One of the Kinnemans there at McPherson, the other one at St. John's. St. John's went back to back with a very good basketball player, 6'9", Dean Wade, already signed with Kansas State.
McPherson, I believe, has won like 34 games in a row, something astronomical like that. 2nd and 13. Sioux City right hash at the Dodge 19-yard line. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Dowdell takes the shotgun snap. 3-man rush. Fires over the middle, incomplete. At the 10-yard line, right near the numbers, Mark Sterling was in on the coverage. That was intended for Jeremiah Oates, who was coming across the field right to left. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Boy, Mike, we got to pin our ears back now and really make a mad rush in there to keep this team. Really right now, Dowdell just doesn't look like he's comfortable in that position. Maybe put him in a position where he seems like he's got to take off, but you saw he likes to throw these corner routes to the outside, nothing over the middle yet.
3rd and 13, Sioux City trailing 7-0 here to start the second at the Dodge 19 on the right hash. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Bruno backs up, now goes in motion across the formation. Dowdell takes a chest-high snap, 3-man rush, steps up in the pocket, rolls to the left, under pressure, and he's slammed into the wall by Marquise George. That'll be the first sack of 2015 for this Dodge City defense. It's a loss of 2.
And Mike, they were looking down the sideline again, and he had his eyes just peeled down there. If he looks across the way, he's got a guy that's open as he's going across the way. Great job, though, Mike, because he didn't have time. He's running for his life out there. Great job there by George, chasing him down.
They will bring in Max Martin. 8 of 9 on extra points. And he will come on to kick this one. Cashman Thomas back for a potential return. They'll place it at the 23. A 35-yard field goal for Martin. Dowdell will hold, snap back, the placement is good, an end-over-end kick, and it is perfect. And with 12:43 to go, second quarter, Sioux City on the board, now trailing 7-3 on Z98. Sioux City going the wrong way towards the end of that drive. 4 plays, but it only results in 3. 35-yard field goal by Max Martin right down the pipe. Took 2:39 off the clock. And the Dodge City leads 7-3 with 12:43 left here in the first half. Ball skips away from Cashman Thomas, fielded by Dominique Carson at the 8, spinning to his left, and he's out to the 20-yard line before he's thrown down by Denzel Adams. They'll mark him down at the 20, so it's a 12-yard return by Dominique Carson.
Mike, you watch Carson as he's fielding the ball, as he's coming up there. When you sit there and think about it, we've got a bunch of gray shirts. You know, they've got white, kind of gray, dirty white. I don't know how else to put that color, but Mike, when you come up there, really running, very, very hard to tell who's who as you're coming up to that line, at least for me, being an older guy, and not quite as fast as Carson, but I'm in that speed somewhere.
I was going to ask what your 40 time is, but we don't have time to clock it. 1st and 10. Dodge City left hash.
I bet I could do a 12-second in the 40.
Maybe.
Maybe walk that fast.
Maybe in the 20. From their own 20 as Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Pumps left, hit as he throws, underthrown, and it's caught anyway. Dominique Carson, check that, Dello Davis makes the grab, working on Angelo Puri down to the 8-yard line as he was falling backwards. 22-yard gain, it's 1st and goal.
And the officials missed it, illegal contact downfield. As he made that move on that pump fake, Puri pushed him right into the wall, held him up a little bit, and you could see what Floyd was doing, holding up, and then he had to get rid of the football. Great job there by Davis, finding the football and making the catch.
Darius Davis applying the pressure, 1st and goal, left hash at the 8, 7-3 Dodge with 11:30 to play in the half. Vincent Wright matched up with Stokes. Floyd out of the pistol, takes the snap, turns, hands right for Carson, sweeping right, makes a jitterbug move to the left, and he's in. Oh, sensational move by Dominique Carson, who cuts back to the left. He's into the end zone, throws the ball 10 rows up, and it's 13-3 Dodge City.
And Mike, offensive line did a great job, and then also our wide receivers downfield blocking. As he made the corner right there, Mike, looked like he was going nowhere, but he makes a stop cut, and he's got such a low center of gravity, Mike. He uses his left arm, put it down on the ground to keep his balance, and then find his way through there. Just a beautiful run, great downfield blocking.
Fambro will come on to kick the extra point. 13-3 Dodge City. Snap is back, the placement is good. The kick hits the upright and ricochets the other way. Did they say it went through?
That's good.
It's good. So Fambro remains perfect. 11 for 11. 11:21 left in the half. Dodge City 14, Sioux City 3 on Z98. Two plays, 30 yards. Dominique Carson capping it off, an 8-yard rushing touchdown. It took 1:22. Fambro's extra point was good. And with 11:21 left in the half, it's Dodge City 14 and Sioux City 3 back at the United Wireless Arena alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. So the 2 touchdown drives for Dodge City, won 7 plays, the other 2. Sioux City, their only points, a 35-yard field goal by Max Martin. And the first ever meeting between these two teams so far to the script for Dodge. They have an 11-point lead.
Mike, I tell you what, I like what we're doing on the defensive side of the ball. I think that we're putting on just enough pressure right now to get into Dowdell. And really maybe that first interception too in Dowdell might be in his mind right now and might be affecting his ability to get the ball down the field, but we're doing a very good job. And offensively, I like what we're doing also. We're calling some great plays right now. Offensive line is really responding well, and also I think we've done a very good job blocking downfield with our receivers too.
Dowdell, 2 of 5, 21 yards of the interception.
See Fambro getting ready to kick. His brother, one of the guys right now working for Sam Hornish Jr., part of Petty Motor Enterprises. His brother's done a very good job. Logano, Kalowski, also Jimmy Johnson at one time, very competitive. 18th in points right now is Sam Hornish Jr., 29th right now in Phoenix at the running there, just early stages of that race.
Fambro will kick it away. Bruno is back deep. Takes a hop at the 25, fielded by one of the up men at the 15-yard line, and rumbling to the right is Marcus Miles. Lowers his helmet and then is finally shoved back by Rico Brooks after a 10-yard return, and those two have some extra words.
But Mikey didn't throw him down, could have spun him and threw him down. All he did was pick him up. I mean, no one injured right there on top of that. But it was a good catch, though, and really short hopping the ball. And it really makes a big difference in yardage there by Miles, because he lets that ball go. Dodge City gets more down yards down there. And then you got to understand that ball could get that funky bounce. So just really made a nice little short hop on that ball.
Charles Dowdell replacing the veteran Scott Jensen, who retired after last season. 6 years, 10,000 yards of total offense, 196 passing touchdowns, 34 on the ground. Was the league MVP twice in the APIFL. 1st and 10. Sioux City at midfield. They send Bruno in high motion across the formation. Thomas picks him up. Back to throw. They go that way, and Thomas knocks it away. Him and Bruno collide up the sideline of the 20-yard line. That's up the left sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Dowdell now 2 of 6.
And I will tell you, Bruno will tell you, that's a ball that he should have caught. That thing was right in the numbers. Cashman made a nice little move on it, but he was there just a little bit late. Good defensive coverage, but that will be a caught. That'll be a non-catch that Bruno will go back to the huddle and say, man, my bad, I should have caught that.
Mothershed goes to the right. Bruno to the near side left. Bentley to the left of Dowdell out of the shotgun. 2 in high motion on 2nd and 10 from midfield. Takes a knee-high snap. 3-man rush. Dancing, firing over the middle, and Bruno's got it. Plus the flag as he's taken down at the 16-yard line. This is going to be a PI on Mark Sterling, and it gains 10 yards. 1st down for Sioux City.
And you know what, Mike? On that play, Bruno sat there, and where he's going, he's just finding where the defense is. Backed up the defense, then he just finds a hole. Sat there, and waited till Dowdell was able to find him. Then Dowdell homes in on him, and then we go up there and make that move. And then that was an easy call by the official, but a good catch by Bruno.
So it's a spot foul, so wave off the completion. And this will put the ball at the 15. Would have gained a 1st down anyway.
And Mike, he sat there so long, you could see him reach in for his pouch, pulled out his flint, sat down there, tried to spark a fire, was maybe going to cook some hot dogs, who knows, right there, because he was so wide open on that inside.
So now 1st and 10. Sioux City has been across midfield a couple of times, only have 3 points to show for it. Mothershed trots to the left, Bruno to the far side right on the numbers.
Got to get some pressure.
Oates in a slot, Dowdell under center on 1st and 10 for the Dodge 15. Misdirection handoff goes to Bentley, and they weren't fooled as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Marquise George already has a sack in this game. Takes his helmet right to the chest of Bentley to drop him after a gain of a yard at 2nd and 9.
Mike, defense is doing really, really good right there. Billingsley also nice play right there to contain that play from getting to the outside.
2nd down at 9. This drive aided by the pass interference. 2nd and 9, Sioux City right hash moving right to left, down 14-3 with 9.5 to go in the half. At the Dodge City 14, Dowdell changing the play. Under center, deep in a one-back set is Bentley. 2 in high motion to the left. They set up a bubble screen and some miscommunication. Dowdell throws it behind Mothershed. Incomplete, 3rd and 9.
Boy, that was a hard pass to the outside. Like I said, it might have been a misread, thinking that he was going to the outside. As he made his cut coming across there, the ball was thrown too far back there. Boy, he had something on that too. Dowdell's got a nice arm.
3rd and 9, Sioux City at the Dodge 14. They're 1 of 3 on 3rd down. 8:50 left in the half, 14-3 Dodge City. Both touchdowns by Carson, one a receiving, one a rushing. Dowdell out of the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They motion Bruno across the formation. Dowdell back to throw under pressure, lobs to the end zone, and he's got it. It's Bruno along the back chalk, touchdown.
Man, that was a nice toss. He was just able to get over Cash Cash went up high for it, just couldn't quite get it. Sitting back there was Bruno, just a nice little pattern, chased him out of the pocket, just couldn't quite catch up to him, and then made a nice pass right there by Dowdell.
Cashman Thomas was maybe, I don't know, 3 inches taller. He has himself an interception, and the second interception in the end zone thrown by Dowdell. Instead, it floats over him, and it's a touchdown pass for Dowdell. Martin will come on for the extra point. Pulled it within 4, and it's blocked. Blocked by Brooks. Loose up the 20. Still bouncing around. Up the sideline. And the free ball is finally picked up by Dodge City. It squirts loose to the 6. Picked up, and they're going to run it back the other way. It's Ja'Cory Quarterman. So the Law scores on a blocked extra point.
Boy, Mike, and their kicker, too, is getting up slow. He went back there to make a play on it. Like I said, that's a free ball. And really got caught up in the mix-up just a little bit as he comes trying to get limped off right now, trying to get over to the sideline with his helmet off, though. But great job by DC Law keeping that ball alive and getting it downfield.
Result of the play is a block try, return by Dodge. That's a 2-point conversion.
So Dodge gets the 2. And how do you like that? Ball bounced around forever. And now it's 16-9. Dodge City, and Martin is being helped over to the sideline. 8:34 left, second quarter. It's a 7-point Law lead on Z98. .8:34 left here in the first half, and Dodge City leads 16-9. A touchdown pass, which, as the ball floats out of bounds, Jeremiah Oates had to do the kicking because Max Martin is on the bench after getting hit. So Dodge will have it at the 25. So a drive that goes 4 plays, 25 yards, and 2:47 results in a touchdown. Extra point is blocked after Dowdell hooks up with Frederick Bruno. Was blocked by Billingsley, and then eventually found the hands of Ja'Cory Quarterman, who raced in for the 2-point conversion. 16-9 Dodge City, and they have the ball at midfield.
And Mike, one thing I do like is a kicker that will try to go out there. Like I said, he understands the ball was blocked. He's going to go out his best, try to just get the ball down. But you get out there and get mixed up with a lot of these big guys, you know, and that's the bad thing. Sure, hate to see that from Martin. I hope he's okay. But boy, I tell you what, he was on the field for a long time, Mike, while they were down there getting up, then finally had to be helped off. Hope good things for him.
1st and 10, Dodge City at midfield, up 16-9. Floyd in the shotgun. Venson to his right, Davis to the left. Floyd takes the shotgun snap, 3-man rush. Pumps and fires on a post to the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for January, who had gotten a step on the cornerback Cliff Stokes. It'll be 2nd and 10 in midfield.
Boy, and Davis was there also, and we talked about that in the first half. Of last week, he wasn't putting enough air under the ball, let the guys run under it. That time, still didn't put enough air in it where we had 2 guys there had their two men beat. Problem is, though, Josh is a good quarterback. He'll learn from that. We'll get some of those plays completed here later on in this ball game.
7:30 to play in the half, 16-9 Dodge City. Davis left, Venson and January to the right, 2nd and 10 from midfield. King Jack Washington to the left of Floyd, who takes the shotgun snap. They rush 3. Rolls to the left, dancing back to the right, takes off 20. Outside the numbers right, squirts past a tackler to the 20 and down to the 17. He got out of the arms of John Smith and nearly had an interception earlier in this game. It's a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Davis has got to watch it downfield because like I said, you could very well get a holding call on that play. As this man turned on him, he still had an arm in front of him. That's one right there that the officials might have missed on that, but nice job. What I like about Davis, downfield making that block. Once Pre turned on him, he's got to let him go.
John Smith, who was a national track qualifier at Briar Cliff University, 3rd and 2. Dodge on the right hash at the Sioux City 18-yard line. Benson left. Dello Davis to the right. Jamie January goes in high motion. Handoff to Washington on a counter tray to the left. Diving forward as a flag comes out. Tackled, shoestring tackle at the 13. The ball might have come out after the play was already whistled dead. Marlon Lobin is the one that finished off King Jack Washington after a gain of 4. Is right near the first down. In fact, should have it. Let's check the flag.
Well, they're acting like this might be a hold play also on this. Talk about streaks yesterday. Shelley Holt and Hoxie girls were able to keep theirs going. That's 4 straight championships that they were able to win, Mike. In the last 5 years, they are 27-3. They've got 95 straight going on right now. Fantastic job. How about Wichita South? Kind of surprised me a little bit on the girls' side. You think that Mays was going to wrap that thing up? I thought mid-season Wichita South was not playing well. They go back to back to back, and that team is set up for another run for next year, too. Congratulations to Antoine Scales and the Wichita South girls. Elliott, Mattingly, and Callens, very, very good. Elliott will be one to watch, 6'2" junior this year.
3rd and 12 after the holding penalty on Dodge City at their own 23. Trips to the right. Floyd takes the snap, well protected. Slides to his right, flag comes out, rolls to his left, still dancing around, gets a block from McManus at the numbers left. Fires a bomb, has Davis there, and he's got it. Touchdown, Dodge City. Let's check the flag. Josh Floyd doing his Dancing with the Stars impersonation. Spun off 2 different, but this might be coming back.
And I tell you what, McManus on introductions, Mike, just comes out, goes about his business, has no little break dance, anything like that. Not even going to do the robot. Just comes out and does his thing. But Mike, he made a big-time play right there. He came back on the player right there, able to free up Floyd to get that ball downfield. Interesting what the call is going to be here.
Illegal contact, so the touchdown will stand. And what a play by Floyd.
And you got to give that to McManus. Offensive line doing such a great job, and now we're going to get another flag here. Listen, leave well enough alone when you're down there, offensive lineman right now. I don't know if this is going to go with Johnson or if this is going to go against Mac Randall, but we leave well enough alone. You've already got the points on the board. Not a big deal there, but I tell you what, some of that goes to the offensive line. A lot of time down there, but McManus coming back and making that block right there to free Floyd to look downfield, and then a great catch on top of that downfield.
I mean, in the indoor game, it's the same thing in the outdoor game with 11 guys. The secondary can only hold for so long.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike, number 71, Dodge. That penalty being enforced in the ring after the kickoff.
So it's called on Mac Randall.
And that's, Mike, that's still, I like what Mac does. Does a great job getting downfield. Got to relax a little bit. You've already got the 6 points, but you can't give them any yardage whatsoever. Now that's going to be tacked on after the return on this and give them plus yardage.
Fambro will come on for the extra point. Dodge City up 22-9 with less than 6 to play in the half. With Mo Young out. One holding the football is Jeffrey Cameron. Snap back, placement is good, and the kick is as well, and Fambro remains perfect. 5:56 left in the half. Dodge 22, Sioux City 9. Check that 23-9 as they add the point here on Z98. 5:56 remaining second quarter. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. So Dodge City extending their lead 23-9, 3 plays, 25 yards. Floyd hitting Dello Davis a 27-yard strike, extra point good. And the Law lead extended. Ball is free as it skips off of one of the up men for Sioux City, who recovers the football. It's still loose. Dodge City is pointing their way as the ball hit John Smith and then Karen Free towards the sideline right at midfield.
Boy, right on the back of the leg, too. He tried to get out of the way of it, Mike. Problem is now they're going to get the ball basically at our 24, 23-yard line, tack on 15 yards. We're going to have good position right here. And I understand, I mean, like I said, it's just one of those fortuitous bounces that went for the Bandits' way, though. But Alex, boy, man, he nailed that ball.
Ball hits the wall without possession. It will be Sioux City's ball. Spot where it hit the wall, first down.
Boy, they have it right near midfield. Problem with those squib kicks, as you just mentioned, Ross, if it bounces the wrong way, this is what's going to happen. And now Sioux City has it right near midfield.
Yeah, it's still going to be Sioux City ball. White hat just pointed the wrong way. Nothing to get excited about. Now you're going to march off, and then sportsmanlike foul. It's going to put your defense in a bind right here. So now you got to play tough D. Might gamble just a little bit with the 23-9 lead, but still doing a good job of containing Dowdell.
Penalty moves it down to the 11 of Dodge City. 1st and 10 from there. Sioux City trailing 23-9. Dowdell under center. They fake the jet sweep. Option read. Dowdell keeps. Reverses field. Outside the numbers. Chipped into the wall by Quarterman. And a great fake. It won't result in a touchdown. Another flag comes out as the tackle was made by Lou Van Green at the 6. It's a gain of 5. Let's check the hanky.
Boy, and this will probably go unsportsmanlike conduct. But Mike, really just this is what happened on there is just a bad play. Dowdell had something else read, thought he was going to get a handoff as he goes there. All of a sudden, realized the halfback's not taking the football. He turns around and made a nice stiff arm to actually give him some more yardage and really made 2 nice plays to get to the outside. But this is going to go back the other way now against the Bandits. And this is one of these things that just hurts you a little bit is that you understand where you are, the position that you're in, and then you go down there and try to make a play or get into a guy's face, maybe try to get into his kitchen, and all of a sudden, here's 15 yards, and all it did, you didn't get into the guy's kitchen, you just lost 15 yards for your team.
This puts it back into the 22. So now, it's 2nd down. They can get a 1st down at the 1, so 2nd and 21. Ball at the 22-yard line.
And you got to be thinking right now, the Bandits are thinking 4-down territory. Don't know what kind of shape Martin is. You're not even thinking field goal right now.
Prohaska in the game. He comes to the left. 3 receivers, 2 in high motion. Dowdell takes the snap. Looks to the near side, and it's almost intercepted. Mark Sterling undercut Johnny Bentley up the left sideline at the 8. It's incomplete, 3rd and 21.
But if you watch that, when Dowdell went to step into that, looked like he was actually backing it up a little bit. He slipped and fell, had nothing on the ball whatsoever. Very fortunate that ball didn't hang up there and get that thing intercepted and returned for a touchdown. Just slipped and fell as he throwing it, Mike. Didn't have any power behind it.
4:45 left in the half. Dodge City up 23-9. Sioux City at 3rd and 21 from the Dodge 22, and they're on their feet. Bandits 2 of 4 on 3rd down. Dowdell walks them up. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, and Sean Ponder, I believe, just called a timeout.
Good timeout, and Martin is below us right now, Mike. Looked like he's walking around okay, got his helmet with him, and was actually stretching out for a kick.
Timeout Dodge City. So if you're just tuning in with 4:28 left in the half, 23-9 Law. As we give you the game reset. Opening drive, Dodge goes 7 plays, 25 yards. It's capped off when Floyd on a shovel pass, a little improvisation. It's Dominique Carson, a 4-yard touchdown strike. Extra point good at 7-0. Sioux City early in the 2nd after Dodge turned it over on downs as they were going to go in for another score following a Dowdell interception in the end zone. Get on the board with a 35-yard Max Martin field goal. Later in the 2nd, Dominique Carson capping off a 2-play, 30-yard drive with an 8-yard rushing touchdown, giving Dodge a 14-3 lead. Sioux City promptly responded as Dowdell rolled right, lofted a pass just over Cashman Thomas, right on the chest of his intended receiver, Bruno. The extra point, though, was blocked, returned eventually by Ja'Cory Quarterman for 2, so it's 16-9 Dodge City. Law would score again, just minutes later, 3 plays, 25 yards as Floyd rolling to his left, dancing off a couple of tackles, hits Dello Davis for 27 yards, the extra point good. And that's where we stand, 23-9 Dodge City with 4:28 left in the second. And a 3rd and 21 Sioux City on the right hash, moving right to left at the Law 22. Sioux City 2 of 4 on 3rd down. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Dowdell takes a knee-high snap. Here comes the blitz. Dowdell under pressure. Scampers right. Up the sideline, 20, 15, and he's tripped up at the 14-yard line on the far side of the field by Dejon Love. It's a gain of 8. He's going to be 13 yards shy of a first down. It's 4th down.
Got to go for it, I think, right now. But I tell you what, great job that time. Nice open field tackle, and we really put the pressure, was able to get him out of the pocket, had 2 shots at him, and then Love comes up and makes a great open field tackle. And I tell you what, this kind of surprises me a little bit. I understand that she's got a long way to go for 4th down, but just going to try to take the 3 right here and be happy with it.
Martin, who was hurt earlier, is back.
And got to remember, we blocked the last one too, so we can come off on that extra point, see if we can come off the side right there and get George in the play again.
28-yard field goal. Out of the hold of Dowdell between the hash marks. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, end over end. And it is perfect.
Good recovery by Martin. Nice play, get the 3.
3:33 left here in the first half. It's Dodge City 23, Sioux City 12 on Z98. .333 remaining here in the second quarter alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Sioux City getting a field goal from Max Martin. 4 plays, 12 yards. It stalls out. Took 2.5 minutes. As our first end-over-end kick floats towards the back of the end zone, off the hands of Dominique Carson and into somebody's Bud Light. We saw that last week.
Carson lets that go. Like I said, he's up against the wall. You don't know. I mean, like I said, he's wanting to return the thing, but Carson lets that go. That very well goes to the 25-yard line for us. But now it's going to be marked at the 5-yard line. Good thing about that is young man down there in the, call it the garden, if you will, was able to get a free football. That's the thing I really like. And one of the many things, but one of the things I like is that you come here, getting the fans involved. Any football that goes up in the stands, that is your football. Enjoy. I think that Ricky told me last year maybe gave away 600 footballs last year. On pace, probably do that, probably gave away 20 to 30 last ball game.
Got to make payroll, and then you got to also make sure you got enough footballs. 1st and 10, Dodge at their own 5 with 3:28 left in the half. They have 2 timeouts, up 23-12. Floyd out of the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Sioux City rushes 3, quarterback draw. Floyd up the left side numbers, and he stumbles out across the 10 to the 15-yard line before he's wrapped up by Ron Franklin. After a gain of 10, this should be enough to move the chains.
Mike, great call right there by Sean Ponder, because he gets you into this position that he likes throwing on 1st down. Kind of sets it up where that will throw the ball on 1st down, and then all of a sudden, just a nice little carry by the quarterback, up and looks downfield, and then just takes off and follows Carson. Offensive line just opened up a nice little hole. Nice carry.
Ron Franklin, his brother, played in the NFL. Stephen Franklin, 1st and 10 from their own 15. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. On a post route for Davis in the end zone. Diving catch, he's got it. Touchdown, Dello Davis.
Man, double coverage on the back there too, Mike. And thrown to the inside. He was looking for the outside and turns to the inside and finds the football. And that is tough to do coming over a defensive player. Great catch.
A missile thrown by Josh Floyd.
Boy, boy, Mike, to find that football and then get your arms under it after it comes over the defensive player. That's a great job there and a nice throw. Offensive line, notice how he's able to step up in that pocket. Offensive line is doing a superb job here in this first half.
35-yard strike. Fambro on for the extra point. Snap back, placement is good. Kick right down the middle. 2:45 left in the half. Dodge City 31, Sioux City 12 on Z98. .240 remaining here in the half. And a squib kick, which is fielded by Cliff Stokes. Check that, not Stokes, but Marlon Loban, the linebacker, returns it 7 yards into plus territory to the Dodge 23. 2 plays, 45 yards on that last touchdown strike. As Floyd hooking up with Dello Davis from 35 yards. Davis having himself a game already. 4 catches, 89 yards, and 2 scores.
Taking Mo Young's place, doing a great job. And Mike, that is so hard to do as a receiver. You're actually looking over your right shoulder. Then all of a sudden, the ball's thrown to the inside. Now you've got to turn it and plus find the ball and then find it coming over a defensive player. Just a nice play. Nice throw, nice catch. Wow.
Got to give the credit right now to the defense for Dodge City. Has the interception, has a sack. They've kept Dowdell contained for the most part. But they're in plus territory now. 30-12 Law. 2:26 left in the half. Dowdell under center. They motion Bruno across the formation. Play action. Dowdell fires to the sideline, caught by Mothershed. Spinning away from Mark Sterling, and he's pushed into the wall at the 7-yard line. So it's a 16-yard gain and a first down.
Mike, field position for us. We've had to start in the hole. Hasn't made that much difference for us, but boy, it sure helps out Sioux City when they get to start in a good way. You got to sit there and think about that. That last possession, they get that personal foul after our personal foul, but it moves them back in live football and puts them in deep in a hole in third down.
First and goal from the 7, bad snap. They toss it back anyway to Bentley as Dowdell was falling down. Toss sweep to the right. Bentley making up what he could. He's going to lose a couple back to the 9-yard line. Jamar Seard was over there, loss of 2 at 2nd and goal.
Mike, miscommunication that time between the center and the quarterback. Dowdell is just up behind center, and he's still calling out a play, and he's still looking around. The ball is snapped to him. Very smart play by Dowdell. Was able to keep that alive, pick it up, turn around, and actually get a toss while he's in the grass to the running back instead of taking, maybe even losing the football on that play.
Brings us to the media timeout. 1:30 to play here in the half. It's the 90-second warning. 30-12 Dodge City. It'll be 2nd and goal. Sioux City just inside the 9 when we come back on Z98. 1:30 to play in the half. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff, 30-12 Dodge City. The Bandits, though, a 2nd and goal from the 9 on the right hash. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Dowdell out of the shotgun. Direct snap to Bentley. And they're going to blow this play dead. Let's see, it's going to be a procedure penalty against Sioux City. It's a false start. Boy, they had that play perfectly designed as Bentley could have walked in. And instead, a 2nd and goal will be back at the 14.
Man, Bentley stepped just a little bit too soon on that play, though. But, Mike, I like the play.
4 penalties, 31 yards here in the first half for Sioux City.
Not that I like that it was a penalty. I mean, I understand the penalty on it, but really that's kind of a well-designed play, really. Center's got to get that ball back more to Bentley instead of him making that lunge at it to get the football first.
Sioux City last year, one of the top 2 rushing teams in this CPIFL, them and Dodge City. They have not been able to find it on the ground here. 2nd and goal from their own 14. Pump fake, back shoulder throw on a fade to the back right corner looking for Jeremiah Oates. Incomplete. Cashman Thomas, Mark Sterling, and Ja'Cory Quarterman. So there were 3 gray shirts. No way, unless you have Plexico Burris back there. It's now 3rd and goal.
Well, Mike, if you're inside or outside, I tell you what, the Media Services Inc. has done a great job here. Mike Nelson, video graphic and producer, and edits and probably writes checks on top of it. Wife Gwen Nelson does a great job along with Scott, Tommy, and Dennis. Camera work. Fantastic work, guys and gal.
3rd and goal from the 14. 1:26 left in the half. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Dowdell takes the snap. Whistles again will blow this play dead as Rico Brooks was going to come in and crush Dowdell. So Dodge City calls a timeout right before the snap. And the Law down to 1 remaining with 1:26 left in the half.
Did I just see a flag just...
30 seconds in length. Dodge City has 1 timeout remaining. We have dead ball, unsportsmanlike.
Boy, Sioux City's got to relax right now because these penalties right now are hurting Sioux City offensively.
So the timeout by Dodge and then an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Sioux City, which puts the ball back at their own 21. So now you're talking about a 3rd and goal from your own 21-yard line. If you're just tuning in, Dodge City scored first. Got some help. Mark Sterling prevented a score with the interception in the end zone. Dominique Carson has an 8-yard rushing touchdown, has a 4-yard receiving touchdown. Ja'Cory Quarterman, after a blocked extra point by Billingsley, has a 2-point conversion return. And then Josh Floyd has hit Dello Davis twice, 1 from 27, 1 from 35. Scores by Sioux City, a 35-yard field goal by Max Martin. Dowdell has a 14-yard touchdown pass to Frederick Bruno. And then Martin connected on a 28-yard field goal. 30-12, Dodge in front. And now a 3rd and goal, Ross. Sioux City at their own 21. Bentley comes out, split to the left. Bruno in the backfield to the left of Dowdell. 2 receivers right. 2 in high motion. They rush 3, drop 5. Dowdell steps up and fires, incomplete. Up the sideline left, looking for Bentley at the plus 20. In coverage for Dodge City was Dejon Love, who's wearing the sun shield along the face mask. It'll now be 4th and goal.
Man, Dowdell takes off with the football like I thought he was. Mike, he had a lot of room over to the right side. And basically 10, 15 yards for anybody's going to be around him. But out of peripheral vision, he sees a guy out in the flat. Kind of throws it across the body, but not a good throw whatsoever by Dowdell.
43-yard field goal here from Martin.
Can't keep trading 3 for 7, Mike.
Cashman Thomas is back deep with 1:21 left in the half. Dodge still has 1 timeout when they get the football back. Bruno and Sean Kelly yelling instructions. Snap back, placement down, kick on the way, and it's wide to the left into the screen. So no good for Martin, who's already connected on 2 field goals prior, and Dodge City will take over at their own 5.
Gotta like that right now. Coaching staff, Ponder calling a great game. I like what we're doing right now. Of course, you've got Chris Patterson. He's special teams coach. Michael Grace, player last year, now puts on the coaching strap. Going to decide how that's going to work out here. I know that Michael's probably sitting back there wanting to get into this ball game something bad. How about Ed Flanagan, too? NFL experience, been around football for a long, long time. Got to play with some greats back in the day, and then Jack Walker, too, on the defensive side of things, too. And then, of course, Coach Sean Ponder doing a great job here in this ball game right now.
Jack Walker played defensive back and wide receiver. Remember the Iowa Barnstormers of the Arena Football League. A guy named Kurt Warner
Yeah, some dude there.
was tossing him passes.
Hall of Famer.
Dodge City with one timeout with 1:17 left in the half, up 30-12. Floyd in the shotgun from their own 5. Davis, who has 2 touchdowns to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Zone option read. It's a handoff to King Jack Washington, who shakes off 2 defenders, is taking to the ground a chest-high tackle, which was made by Denzel Adams. The ball squirts free at the 10, but the play was already whistled dead. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Great job there by King Jack, too. And you got to sit there and think the last time that we did this, Mike, we were down here. Tendency to throw the ball on first down. We run it on first down, and then we went for the big shot right there. But again, this is only 2nd down.
Clock under a minute. 2nd and 5 from their own 10 for Dodge with 4 receivers. Floyd takes the snap, well protected, rolls to the left. At the numbers, cuts back right. Now he'll run. 10, 15, 20. Into the clear, and he flips. Right at midfield as Denzel Adams sends him head over heels to the +23. It's a 17-yard run and a 1st down.
Boy, Floyd right now, Mike, seems like he's very comfortable. I like the way the clock is ticking in his head, knowing that when to take off, and takes off and ran the ball well, protected it.
1st and 10 at the Sioux City 23, 30 seconds. With 4 receivers on a slant, it hits Brandon Vincent in the back. He had never turned to locate the football. Slant right, incomplete. 2nd and 10 with 26 seconds left. Dodge up 30-12, and there's a flag down as well.
Very well could be a hold here. See what the call is going to be, though. But how do you like the throw right there by Floyd? And, you know, really, Brandon wasn't ready with this move yet, and actually wasn't looking for the ball, but the ball hits him on the side of the head. I mean, that ball was right there. Nice little pass.
And if there was a white shirt around him, that would have been an easy interception. So with 26 seconds, Dodge after the holding call. It's now 1st and 20 from their own 17-yard line. Ball on the left hash, 30-12. Dodge in front. Floyd 6 of 10, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Last week they ran a drag route. Amarillo Venom did and scored on us right before half. You'd like to see the Law do the same thing.
Jeffrey Cameron in a slot to the right. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Quarterback draw, runs up the middle with a flag down as he's brought down at the 20-yard line. Riding his back was Marlon Lobin after a gain of about 4. Let's check the flag as the clock stops at 22. Everybody's pointing the opposite way.
Well, I'm trying to see what McManus did. He's going to the bench. I mean, he's looking at the bench and he's making a motion, Mike. I don't know if he's got a strap problem or not, but he's making some kind of motion down at the bench.
Holding, 71
Ouch.
A hold on Mac Randall. Boy, Dodge City's going the wrong way.
Right, but still 1st down, Mike. You can run the clock out. But thing is, though, that you want to be careful now, too. You don't want to force anything. Get a turnover right here. Take what the defense gives you. They're going to give you the ball over the top, man. I'll take it. Thing is, our offensive line has done a very good job up to this point right now. Might be getting tired right here before half, too.
Clock is running. I don't think they know it. The clock is running. Dodge City with 1 timeout. And they're going to let it run out with 5 seconds or at least one more play. 1st and half a mile at their own 8. Floyd will take off and run. Towards the sideline, leaps over a defender. And he's out near the 20-yard line. John Smith was the one that went low for the knees. And that's the end of the 1st half. So I'm not sure if Dodge didn't realize they had a timeout, because once the penalty was called on Dodge, they ran the clock and nobody called timeout. So Floyd gains 13 yards to end the half.
Boy, good half, though, but for Dodge City, they've done a great job, Mike. I like defensive-wise what they were able to do, and also like what's going on right now with our offense, too. Taking advantage of opportunities, and we've really done a very good job with that. But, Mike, we talked about some of the keys right now. Contain Dowdell. We've been able to do that. 2 is get the kicking game and get offensive protection of our quarterback, and we've done that also. Really like what we did here this 1st half.
It's interesting because with that last sequence, remember, Sioux City gets the ball to begin the 2nd half, so I'm surprised that Dodge didn't try something downfield. And again, I don't know if they realized they had the 1 timeout.
And I think that's what Sean Ponder's talking about. We saw Ricky Birch come on the field also and want to question about, why after the penalty, why does the clock start right after the penalty right there? Thing is, though, that officials are explaining to him. That was on Dodge City, so we'll get things going here. As we get some junior gunpowder girls coming out, going to dance here at halftime. They do a great job, too. Just bought one of the gunpowder calendars also.
Yep.
You saw me kind of flipping through it, everything. And also I want to wish a very happy birthday to Alex Miller. Yes, she is related, and my daughter, and she's 20 years old. just one more year, Mike, and I won't have to worry about paying for anything, be able to kick her out of the house and not worry about her again.
Now, I'm going to give a birthday shout-out as we go to the break as well. My dad turned 70 years old.
Way to go, David.
March 13th, so he celebrated his birthday on Friday, so happy birthday, Dad. 30-12, Dodge City leading at the half. Back in a few minutes here on Z98. Of course, we've seen Dodge City have a big lead last year. We always have to give the silver lining for the team that's down. They had the double-digit lead over the Oklahoma Defenders last year in this building. Defenders came back, eventually won that game. So an experienced team. Ricky Burtz, we had him, the co-owner, on the coaches show earlier this week, and you and I were talking about this before we came on the air. He compares the Bandits. He says they're the indoor version of the New England Patriots, and why that is, they've been here 15 years, 14 of those under one owner.
Stability.
Bob Scott, who bought the team. The IFL, which was back in 2000, one guy basically owned every team. Well, Bob Scott purchased the team after 1 year, and he's owned it ever since. So they've had stability. They've also had Irv Strobing, who was a player for 9 years, an assistant for 3, and now he's the head coach. They've been in situations like this before, so down 18, we're not going to say it's nothing. That's a significant lead for Dodge, but you never count Sioux City out of the game.
Boy, Mike, and this is a team that, it can be dangerous. You don't want to get any momentum whatsoever in this ball game. They score, you've got to come right back down and score with them. But we've done such a great job there. Offensive line has done such a good job against Davis, Prescott, and also Kelly. It's been very, very good. I mean, Peaster, and Kelly has done a very, very good job against those three. Really not take us out of our ball game.
Peaster, who played for the Kansas Coyotes last year, wreaked havoc on Dodge City's offensive backfield. Squib kick, and it's bobbled by Prohaska as it goes out of the end zone. And that'll put Sioux City at the 5-yard line.
Well, and I tell you what, that last bobble going out might have saved him a touchback. A safety, because we had guys in the vicinity of maybe the 10-yard line by the last time that he was going to touch that ball. He was 8 yards deep, so you can do the math yourself. They were going to meet right there basically at the goal line, if you will. Now he gets started with the ball at the 5-yard line.
Drew Prohaska played at Briar Cliff University, signed with the Bandits back in 2011. It's a kid that actually made the team after a tryout, and he's been here ever since.
If you're going to go pressure with your front three, you want to do it right here. Maybe you can get a hold call in the end zone. Thing is, though, that you got to continue to go to the outside.
1st and 10, Sioux City at their own 5 with 3 receivers. It's a handoff to Bentley, who's hit immediately by Ja'Cory Quarterman. Slithers left for maybe 2, out to the 7.
And you can see Quarterman kind of moving up a little bit, because what we would call the I single back formation, set right there, just move to the outside and then come right back inside. Quarterman did a nice open field tackle.
Quarterman with 2 tackles, gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8. Sioux City moving from left to right, left hash at their own 7. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Dowdell takes the shotgun snap, wanted the slant, pump fakes, and then runs up the middle. And he's out across the 10, up the right hash mark to the 12, where he's brought down by Michael Billingsley, who's another member of the Oklahoma Defenders from last year. They'll mark his knee down at the 11. Gain of 4, it's 3rd and 4.
Mike Dowdell did a great job that time. Saw the open field in front and took off there, but Billingsley did a great job going after the tackle, too, and really made Dowdell pay with a shot to the ribs, but Dowdell able to get right back up.
3rd and 4, Sioux City at their own 11. Bandits 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Mothershed and Oates to the left. Bruno wide to the right. Bentley off the right hip of Dowdell, who sends 2 in high motion, takes the shotgun snap. Quick out. Bruno's got it on the seat of his pants at the 17-yard line, working on Cashman Thomas. They only needed 4. They pick up 6. And a Sioux City 1st down.
Well, and I tell you what, that was saved by Bruno that time, Mike, because you called it exactly right. He's sitting on his bottom. Ball comes to him basically a little bit high, but able to reach up there and grab it before it hits the out-of-bounds wall, if you will.
Bruno, 3 catches for 30 yards. 1st and 10, ball in the near hash. Sioux City moving left to right at their own 17. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Dowdell under center. The single setback is Bentley. Play action pass. Dowdell lobs one wide open. Oates makes the catch at the 10. Up the seam, touchdown.
Wow, easy play right there. We lost him on our defense that time as he cleared out, Mike, just basically up the field about 10 yards and then 45 across the field. And you could see him open his hands up. Man, I'm wide open. Toss it to me. Dowdell was able to find him, just basically a toss and catch for a touchdown. Nice answer coming right out of the locker room here in the second half for the Bandits.
33-yard touchdown strike. Dowdell to Oates. playing in his first year with the Bandits from Sacramento, California. Martin on for the extra point. Dowdell will hold. Snap back, the placement is good. Kick is off the upright, no good. So Fambro had one off the opposite upright that bounced through. Martin does not have the benefit of that. And with 12:49 to play in the third, Dodge City 30, Sioux City 18 on Z98. That last drive for Sioux City, 4 plays, 45 yards. They cap it off a 33-yard touchdown strike, a short kick. Carson Fields on a dead run at the 13. He spins forward up the numbers near the 23-yard line. A 10-yard return. He's brought down on the play by Angelo Pree. Let's go back to the touchdown.
And Mike, you sit there and think about this, did a great job. Was all they did, I mean, just found the guy wide open. We just had the problem back there in the defense and lost the guy wide open going down the field. But here, I think this is very important. You see that the Bandits come right out of the bat, able to get a touchdown, but then again, no extra point. But now you got to see DC Law, I think, respond with points of their own in this ballgame.
There's a penalty after the play that moves it 5 yards onto the plus side of the field. So 1st and 10 Dodge at the Sioux City 23. They're moving right to left, up 30-18 with 12 and a half left, third quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Carson off the right hip of Floyd. Right foot in front of his left, takes a knee-high snap. 5-step drop, 3-man rush. Steps up in the pocket, away from pressure, will run. 25, bouncing right outside the numbers 20. Shakes him in out of his shoes, and he ducks inside the 15, down to the 13. John Smith was the one that lost his cleats, and then a flag after the play. It's a gain of 10. We'll check the penalty.
Oh, man, come on. I mean, to be honest, you know what? He didn't go up and get in his face and flaunt and anything like that. After he made the hit, he's 5 yards away. And calling that taunting 5 yards away, I think that's a bad call by the official.
Guess what I don't understand is,
I mean, you can't go up there, honestly, like I said, you make a nice shot like that, Mike, and then you're walking away and you're sitting there praising yourself, and then all of a sudden you're going to get that taunt. And he might have turned and looked at him, but honestly, I didn't see him point his hand to him, nothing. I mean, that's a tough call by the official, white hat.
so basically the run counts for 9 yards, and then the penalty backs him up. So now it's back at their own 22-yard line. And now it's 1st and 24. Check that, 2nd and 15.
Tough call.
2 receivers, now 3 receivers left, 1 right. Floyd takes the snap, pumps left, breaks a tackle, steps up in the pocket, will run. 20, 25, up the number is 20. And he slammed into the wall up the far side. Finally ran out by Ron Franklin, who I mentioned earlier. His brother Steven spent some time in the NFL with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line. It's a run of 13 for Floyd. It's 3rd and 2.
Overload one side with 3 receivers, nothing there. The offense is doing a great job. He steps up in that pocket, got grabbed, got to the outside, Mike, and Carson makes a nice downfield block to get some extra yards for Floyd.
Last year, Sioux City gave up 641 points. That was 4th in the league. They've given up 30 through 2 quarters here. 3rd and 2 Law at the Sioux City 15. 2 receivers left. Mac Randall in as an extra blocking back. Hand off to Carson, sweeps to the left. And he's down near the 13-yard line before John Smith grabs him around the kneecaps and swings him down. That should be enough for a first down. It is. It's a gain of 4.
Randall downfield again, making some nice blocks. I really like what our offensive line is doing here. Johnson doing a great job. McManus also, we went with the big package that time. And really just going to run it right at him. And is that Seard that's in the ball game right now, Mike? I can't tell you. It looks like Jamar Seard is in the ball game offense-wise.
And how many times have we called Penn Piester's name?
Well, and let's see if we go with the tight end. Here we go with Seard.
First down, Seard is in. Mac Randall is in as a fourth offensive lineman. First and goal from the 10. It's a handoff to Dominique Carson. Lowers his shoulder off right guard. And he pushes maybe to the 9-yard line. They actually spotted the ball just inside the 11, so it was a 1st and 10, not 1st and goal. It's a gain of 1.5 yards. John Smith, the one that wraps him up. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Missouri Western State University product. Ben Piester did a great job, number 96, Mike. He stayed home right there. He wasn't going to get faked out at all, kind of give to the outside, give to the inside. He just stayed home that time. Waited for Carson. Carson had to come to him. Exactly did. Nice play.
2nd and 8, Dodge at the +9. 9:45 left in the third, 30-18 Dodge. Benson wide left outside the numbers. Floyd in the shotgun. Mac Randall in as an extra offensive lineman. Jamie January in high motion. Flags fly. Handoff to Carson. Sweeping left. And he is drilled and finally slammed down to the turf by Marcus Miles. And we'll check the flag as Carson dropped back at the 14. Right now it's a loss of 5. We'll check the penalty.
Boy, Michael getting a little sloppy right now on the offensive side of things right now if this goes against us.
Well, we had a penalty that backed us up earlier in the drive. They ended up picking up the 1st down.
And you got to think of our last drive also, before the first half too ended, is that we got a little sloppy there on top of it. Oh, this is good news. This is going to go against the Bandits.
I mean, illegal defense.
Illegal defense. Bringing it up in the box. 5 yards, has to be 2 goal. 2nd down.
So this will move the ball right around the 4.
Mike, Sioux City's got a beautiful band shell. I saw it. It's got a little 3 fountains in front of it. On the National Register of Historic Places, built in 1935. Great big band shell, white in color. Absolutely looks like a beautiful place to go. Next year, you and I make the trip up there. I want to go check out the band shell.
Put it on our to-do list.
Without a doubt.
2nd and 3 from the 4-yard line. Floyd out of the shotgun, 3 receivers right. 2 in high motion. Balanced stance, takes the snap. Toss sweep, Carson cuts back to the left at the 5. Breaks a tackle and he's in. Dominique Carson broke a tackle at the 5, then shook off John Smith. It's a 4-yard rushing touchdown. Carson's 2nd of the day, and Dodge City's opened up an 18-point lead.
Man, I tell you what, Carson, Mike, I'd like to see him in a dance-off with somebody because that guy's got some great moves. Moves to the outside, nothing there. Sits there and waits for the Brocs to even continue, and then jumps to the inside just a little bit, and then it's just a little dance here, break a tackle here, pick up a block here, get into the end zone where the black is. It's touchdown, man. Nice, great job there by Carson.
5 plays, 27 yards, and now Fambro on for the extra point. Had a lot of penalties on that drive. Snap is back, Cameron will hold, placement is good, and so is the kick. 9:04 left, 3rd quarter. Dodge City extends the lead, 37-18 over Sioux City on Z98. 5 plays, 27 yards in 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Carson, a 4-yard rushing touchdown. Fambro's extra point good. Dominique, 7 carries, 33 yards, 2 scores. Also has 1 catch for 4 and a touchdown. And with 9:04 left here in the third, 37-18 Dodge City. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff at United Wireless Arena. So the Law bounced back after Sioux City got that long touchdown pass from Dowdell to Jeremiah Oates. And it only takes them 5 plays to respond.
Exactly what you want to do, though, because they're able to go down there and get their points and then miss the extra point. We're able to drive the full length of the field with the help of a penalty and get our extra point on top of that. Ricky Birch just had a great promotion right there. 2 older guys on 2 little tiny bikes. Had to go full length of the field and back again, and then gave away a helmet here to Jamard Sears. Fantastic job.
Fambro's kick bounces in midfield, end over end, hangs in the air, and finally taken by Prohaska a couple of yards deep. As he runs up the numbers right, cuts it back to the left, and he's met by Jeffrey Cameron at the 10-yard line. So a 12-yard return covered up nicely by Cameron, and that's where Sioux City starts 1st and 10, moving left to right down 37-18.
Mike, you got that big bounce right toward the end where the ball just hung up in the air for a long time, gave us a chance to get down and actually make a nice little coverage on the play. Like I said, he's standing there in the black of the turf in the end zone, and then able to get the ball, take off. By that time, we had it well covered.
So Sioux City down by 19 with under 9 to play here in the third. 1st and 10 left hash at their own 10. Dowdell under center, Bentley deep in a 1-back set. 2 receivers left, Bruno the single receiver right. 1 in high motion. Dowdell, play action, rolls right, dumps it off. He's got Mothershed up the sideline, 25. Lowers his shoulder, and he makes some serious contact with Mark Sterling all the way down to the Dodge City 17. So a bootleg on a play action, and the pass and the catch and run goes for 23 and a first down.
Mike, something that you can't do here. You don't want to get in a shootout right here. You've got to be able to stop them defensively, because get in a shootout, then you've got to score. If they're going to score, then you've got to make sure you score. Give them no momentum whatsoever. But nice little play right there by the Bandits.
Mothershed and Oates split to the left, Bruno right. 1st and 10 right hash at the Dodge City 17. Jet sweep, misdirection, goes to Bruno running left, and he's run into the wall at the 10-yard line. Mark Sterling's had a big game. That's a gain of 7 right there, but Sterling has an interception that halted 1 drive in the red zone for Sioux City. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Sioux City was discovered basically by Lewis and Clark, back in 1804, but really laid out the mapping in 1854, 1855. Obviously, for thousands of years, Native American Indians roamed that area along the Missouri River.
2nd and 3 from the +10. Busted play. Dowdell keeps. Shakes one man off. Runs to the left and is drilled by Cashman Thomas behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 13-yard line, it's a loss of 3. Again, a bad snap. And then you had 2 guys motioning. They almost ran into Dowdell. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Very fortunate, didn't fumble the ball there, but a great job that time by the the DC Law defense that time, Mike. Able to not give up anything and then have guys come over and rally and help in on the tackle. Nice job of containing that play.
Sioux City 3 of 7 on 3rd down. 3rd and 6. Sioux City at the Law 13 on the left hash. Mothershed and Oates split to the right. Bruno standing on the numbers at the 20 goes left. Bentley on the left hip of Dowdell, who takes a chest-high shotgun snap. 3-man rush. Pats the ball, throws left. Bentley's got it at the 10, up the sideline left, and is bumped out of bounds by Cashman Thomas at the 5. He picked up 8, and that'll be good for a first down.
Mike, great job by Dowdell, and also the offensive line. We couldn't put it on any pressure, and you could see him going through his progressions back there. His safety valve was to the outside over on our left. And, of course, you could see him just looking, scanning the field, started feeling a little pressure, went to the safety valve, was able to toss it out there to his running back.
Dowdell 8 of 16, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that costly pick in the end zone. 1st and goal from the 5 on the left hash. Mothershed and Oates split to the right. Bruno one-on-one with Cashman Thomas left. Dowdell under center. They motion Bentley out. It's a sweep. Toss back to Bentley running right towards the wall. And he's down at the 1-yard line, corralled on the near side of the field. Ja'Cory Quarterman was over there with Mark Sterling. Gain of 4 to be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Wow, Mike, I tell you what, like I said, you want to use a lot of clock here to keep this clock running. This game is moving right along. We had that 4-hour epic battle last Saturday. This thing's moving right along.
6th play of this drive that began at their own 10. Second and goal, right hash at the 1. Dowdell under center, a full house backfield. Lifts his left leg, takes the snap, handoff to Bentley, walks in off right guard. Touchdown, Sioux City. A 1-yard rushing touchdown for Bentley, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Law lead is 37-24 with 5:15 to play in the third.
I'll start off with the very first play of that second series for the Bandits. Able to get a lot of positive yards out of that, and that just set up the offense for the flow. And really, I mean, putting no pressure on whatsoever. Really, Didell just was able to sit back there, and like I said, goes that relief valve, and then all of a sudden set up a play like that, 2 running plays.
Martin on for the extra point. 6 plays, 40 yards, and 3:49. Dowdell will hold. Snap back, placement is good. The kick on the way, end over end, and it splits the uprights. 5:15 remaining here in the third quarter. It's now the Law 37 and the Bandits 25 on Z98. Six plays, 40 yards, and 3:49. Bentley from a yard out, capping it off, that rushing touchdown. Martin's extra point good. And with 5:15 remaining, third quarter here on Z98, 37-25 Dodge City, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff, and to get set for the ensuing kickoff. As you mentioned, you can't get in a track meet. Not that you can't score, but all it takes is one mistake to get back in the game. Dodge City is countered each and every time, but you can start seeing right now that Sioux City's offense is back in rhythm.
Well, they're doing a very good job. I like that play call. They've made some adjustments. We have too. On top of that, defensively, we're going to have to continue to make some adjustments and try to stop this defense. I mean, this offense with our defense thing is, oh, Mike, now we get the football, and we've got to get a score out of this. Let's just keep answering. You know what? When they call us, let's call them back.
Sioux City had 74 total yards at the half. Here in the third quarter, they've surpassed that. They are coming up on 86 total yards of offense in the third when they had 74 combined in the first 2 quarters. Dodge City will get the football back. Martin will kick it away. Dominique Carson back a couple of yards deep. Boy, Ponder's really done a nice job as far as mixing in both King Jack Washington and Dominique Carson, because Washington gives you so many other things. Dominique Carson kind of changes the dynamic. He's got a full backfield, and he's used it rather well here tonight. Martin will kick it away. Dodge City moving from right to left. Do they kick it away from Carson? Line drive. And Carson scoops it up at the 2. Up the numbers 15. Spins out across the 20 and is met head on right at the 20-yard line. He was hit by Marlon Lobin, the linebacker. It's a return of about 18, first and 10 Dodge City.
Mike, a play that you don't like as a coach, especially special teams, is a line drive to a guy that's already running to the football. Carson, now they've set up at the 20-yard line, sitting in pretty good position right now. Mike, some famous people from Sioux City. McDonald Carey. He was a longtime patriarch of Days of Our Lives. Now, I'm not saying that I watched Days of Our Lives, but I sure loved Neil and Julie on that show a long time ago.
What's wrong with Days of Our Lives? You ask a lot of football players, they watch soap operas.
Matt Cathnam also was their linebacker from the Jets back in the day.
First and 10, Dodge City, up 37-25 at their own 20. It's a trap handoff. Running from right to left is King Jack Washington, and he is tracked down. That's the first time we'll mention Ben Peaster had 3 tackles in the opener against Omaha. 41 stops on the year last year at Kansas. That's a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Peaster did a great job getting upfield that time, and we ran right into the play.
Dodge City has run it 20 times for a $116. Last week, 82 yards rushing for Dodge. 2nd and 12 now. Ball on the near hash. They're moving right to left at their own 18, up 37-25 with 4:10 to play. Dello Davis, who has 2 long touchdown receptions, goes left. Now they shift him in a slot to the right. They overload with 3 receivers right. Floyd takes the snap. They fake the toss sweep. Flag comes flying in. Another one out. Floyd keeps it himself, runs up the middle, bouncing right, and it's finally stopped. A chest-high tackle by Marcus Miles at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 4. This one probably coming back.
And I think everybody saw Johnson hold on the play right there. At least 3 of them did.
You're dealing with a very good defensive line of Ben Peaster, Darius Davis, and Sean Kelly.
And there may be a couple penalties in here that there might be another penalty in here also.
They sort it all out.
There are 2 fouls on the play by both teams. Illegal defense.
Wow.
Linebacker lined up more than 6 yards in the backfield. Holding, number 50 offense. Those penalties offset. Second down.
So Dodge City catches a break with the illegal defense. They'll just replay the down. 2nd and 12.
And the hold wasn't on Johnson. It goes on McManus, the center. Which is all good because things are going to even out, so we don't have to worry about it.
Less than 4 to play in the 3rd. Dodge City up 37-25, facing a 2nd and 12. From their own 18-yard line, ball in the near hash. Davis trots left. Benson goes wide right. Floyd out of the shotgun. Jeffrey Cameron to his right. To his left is King Jack Washington. Motions them both out. Takes the snap, looks to the left, comes back to the right. The pocket collapses, sidesteps a defender, still has it, fires across his body, a jump ball, and it's incomplete. Out of the back of the end zone had Cameron, Davis, and Benson back there. And there was one guy back on defense. That was Cliff Stokes on the coverage. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Flag on the play. I wonder if it's going to be roughing the passer.
It was. So after the incomplete pass, they call a late hit.
And I tell you, Mike, the Bandits have been their own worst enemy on these penalties. This has really hurt them.
That was on Lobin, who came in after Floyd had already let go of the ball. And this will put the football in plus territory at the 17-yard line of Sioux City.
Josh is a gambler at times, Mike, and it's going to hurt you, but it also frustrates defenses getting ready to get up there and hit, and he gets rid of the football. This time he went in and carried on the hit.
1st and 10 at the Sioux City 17. 3 receivers right. Floyd takes a waist-high snap, sets up the bubble screen. Vincent makes the catch 15, up the sideline 10, lowers his shoulder right into the chest of Denzel Adams, and he's finally stopped at the 4-yard line. Catch and run, 13 yards for the former Chicago Bear, and it's 1st and goal.
Mike, I like the play because, one, you get Vincent involved. Brandon is a big dude. He stayed here over the year. Got a job down there with the Dodge City Community College. Receivers, helping the receivers out, but he's a big dude, Mike, and I like that single-man coverage out there because he's going to run over people or carry him into the end zone. Tough to bring down by himself in the open field.
1st and goal from the 4. 2.5 to go, 3rd quarter, 37-25 Dodge. They've got it. On the right hash, McManus the center with Seard as one guard, Johnson the other. Mac Randall is in as an extra blocking back. Floyd out of the pistol, takes the snap, hands off for Washington, who squeezes through a hole. He's in for a touchdown. From 4 yards out, does a dance, and Dodge City opens up an 18-point lead again.
Well, exactly what you want right there. Great drive that time. But thing is, though, the Bandits helped us out on that drive right there, Mike. Great play calling, and it sure helps out a lot, too, when you get a roughing the passer call right out in the open field where everybody can see it on top of it. But then we're able to make the thing answer right there. You got to love this.
King Jack Washington taking some dance moves from Dominique Carson. 6 plays. 3 plays, 30 yards, and 3:02. And now Fambro on for the extra point. Snap back, placement by Cameron. The kick on the way. It came in off the edge on the rush, but the kick is good regardless. 2:13 left, 3rd quarter. It's a shootout. Dodge 44, Sioux City 25 on Z98. 3 plays, 30 yards, and 302. It's King Jack Washington, his second touchdown of the year, his first rushing touchdown. Extra point good, 44-25. As a bouncing kick fielded by Prohaska at his own 6. Right up the middle, and there he goes. 25-20, lowers his shoulder, and he's inside the Dodge 15, and finally pushed back by Vincent and Cameron. Good field position here to start for Sioux City on the return of 20 yards.
Mike got that friendly bounce, something that you like. Say if you're playing shortstop, ball's bounding to you and it jumps up for you, you can attack the ball to make that throw to first. Right there, that time, ball bounces up. He's able to run right to the ball and still have that forward motion when he takes it, and then just finds a nice little seam right there and able to get a nice return.
1st and 10, they'll mark it at the 14, so it's a 21-yard return, left hash. Dowdell out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. He shifts Bentley from left to right on his hip. Sends 2 in high motion. Dowdell takes the snap. 3-step drop, looks to the left. Well protected, slings 1 left. He's got Oates who makes the catch, secures it against his chest for a touchdown. There is a flag down.
Did I not see the hanky come flying out? Where is it?
If it stands, it's a 14-yard touchdown. And it's coming back. Boy, Dowdell let everybody clear on the opposite side, and then Oates found himself wide open up the left side numbers, but it's all for naught. A holding call against Sioux City will back it up into their own end of the field.
Ouch. Well, we're just not getting any pressure on right now, but you can kind of understand that too, that we can't get there. But yeah, he's got him wrapped up right there. Just can't let him go. You know, really, that's not a bad job of blocking right there. I don't know about that call.
And Oates was wide open as we're looking at the replay. So now it puts it at the Dodge City 24. So 1st and 20 from there on the left hash. 44-25 Dodge with a minute 25 left here in the 3rd. 3 receivers right, Dowdell under center. A delay, handoff Bentley up the middle, and he's tripped up right in the middle of the field. Rico Brooks and Jamar Seard combined on the stop. Knee high, gain of 3 to the 21. It's 2nd down and 17 and more flags.
I cannot believe the flags that are coming out here, and this is probably going to go against the Bandits again.
And it's after the play.
Wow. Mike, there's a river there besides the Missouri that dumps into the Missouri that was named after the only guy that died on that Lewis Clark expedition, and that was Sergeant Floyd. They call it Floyd River. But, I mean, right now, I tell you what, the way Sioux City's going right now, you know, some of these guys, they may be working along that river here because they're going to get penalties like this. You know, Sioux City may say, you know what, I mean, some of the ownership may say, hey, listen, man, you're going to play like this. This is a better ball club right now, but this thing's getting a little chippy right now. I know they made the long trip down here, and Mike, the thing is, though, they've got to load back up and come back down here again later on in the season.
15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct, so the play stands. Now it's 2nd and 32. 2nd and a cab ride, Sioux City at their own 14. 3 receivers as Dowdell takes the shotgun snap. 3-man rush, fires left, and it's caught along the sideline. Oates has it, working on the far side against Dejon Love. He's down to the Dodge City 19-yard line, so they get some of it back. It's a gain of 17.
That's a great throw there by Dowdell. Man, I like that.
So now it's 3rd and 15, so you pick up a chunk, and then you look up at the down and distance, and it's still 3rd and half a mile. Final 30 seconds of this 3rd quarter. 3rd and 15, Sioux City at the Dodge 19. Bandits 4 of 9 on 3rd down. 3 receivers, Dowdell out of the shotgun, takes a low snap, 3-step drop, rolls to the left on the numbers with a flag down, spins out of a tackle and then is drilled. At the 20-yard line, it's Ja'Cory Quarterman will check the flag. Right now, it's a loss of about 2. It's 4th and 17. Let's check the penalty.
Boy, this could go a hold again. And Mike, what is going on right here is that we're able to put enough pressure on right now that their offensive linemen right now cannot handle the defense and actually trying to get by with a hold right now. But Schulte, I think he's injured a little bit too. It looks like his left arm, right arm might be a little sore as he's trying to keep that thing up right now. Looks like he's all well.
4th and 16. They lost a yard to the 20. Final 3 seconds of the quarter, down to 2. He takes the snap with 1. 5-step drop down on a crossing pattern to the end zone, batted around and almost intercepted. Up in the air by Ja'Cory Quarterman. That was blanket coverage by Cashman Thomas. He was trying to find Frederick Bruno. And they turn it over on downs. It'll be Dodge City ball to start the
And you
fourth.
could saw that Cash was upset because he thought he had a clear interception there, but Quarterman made a nice play, smart play, knocked the ball away. You're going to get the ball in great field position.
It'll be Dodge City football at the 20 when we start the fourth at the end of 3. Law 44, Bandits 25 on Z98. Three quarters complete from United Wireless Arena. Dodge 44, Sioux City 25, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. So in the first 2 quarters, the Bandits had 74 yards of total offense. They have 104 in the third quarter alone. They score 13 points. They missed an extra point, and they're still down now by 19. And a big reason for that, penalties, Ross, 10 for 95 in this game for Sioux City. In the opener against Omaha, they were penalized 6 times for 28. They had 669 penalty yards last year. That was third fewest, not the case here today.
Mike, we have talked about that. You know what, if you can hold a team under 6 scores, if you get all the points there, that's 42 points. You hold a team under 42, you got a chance to win this ball game. Right now, defense is playing very well for us. And it might be frustrating a little bit for the offensive line right now. Dowdell's doing a great job trying to get the team moved down there, but personal foul, holding, personal foul does not bode well right now for the Bandits.
1st and 10, Dodge now moving left to right to begin the fourth, up 44-25 from their own 20. Floyd sends 2 in high motion right with 4 receivers. Bandits rush 3. Floyd under pressure. Avoids a sack, steps up in the pocket, gets around Miles towards the numbers. And he has finally stood up. Floyd protects the football with 2 hands and is shoved out of bounds by Marcus Miles. Ben Peaster and Miles both missed a sack on the same instance in the backfield. So Floyd gains a few. And now a flag.
I'm going to tell you, Mike, right now there's some things going on there, but Randall came down and made a nice little block, but might have got toward the back of it, though, but he did on Darius Davis. Davis got up and is cussing, and I'm not going to say cussing, sorry. I'm up here. He was complaining about the play. Now here comes Randall. Randall's taking him off the runner. The ball is still live when he did it. So you can't complain about that. Davis has got to have his head on a swivel. Problem is he gets up, and like I said, he's frustrated right now. Officials able to pull that one out too. Another 15 yards against the Bandits.
So the play gained 2, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct after the play puts the ball at the Sioux City 13.
And I'm going to tell you, you're out there playing right now, Mike. One thing I've learned, if I was out there, as soon as the play is put on and there's a hit and the guy's being tackled, I'm going to turn around and see where 71 is, because you shouldn't miss him, Mike. It's going to be the big freight truck, the Mack truck, coming right at you.
There were plenty of trips last year, especially the one to Illinois, where you and I didn't eat because we made the mistake of getting in back of the line of Mac Randall.
Well, the bad thing was we were on front of the bus and we waited till everybody got off the bus. Next time we're going to run. That should be offside.
1st and 10 from the plus 13. Trap handoff, King Jack Washington, who starts right, cuts back to the left near the 10. That was a free play as Sean Kelly was in the neutral zone for Sioux City. check that. It's on Loban.
Mike, other famous people from there. How about Colonel George Bud Day, Medal of Honor winner, highly decorated officer. I mean, and then also Esther and Pauline Friedman, also known as Ann Landers and Abigail Van Buren. I'll be darned. Ask Abby, dear Abby. Fred Grandy also, he was Gopher Smith on Love Boat. Kirk Heinrich, Jerry Mathers, Leave It to Beaver. And then we're going to get into this individual that we're going to talk about here, about League of Our Own, that we had a great conversation on Tuesday about.
1st and 5 from the 8 after the penalty. Handoff to King Jack Washington, who tries to shake off 2 defenders and is finally brought down by Daniel and by Darius Davis. And that will be maybe a yard gain right between the hash marks. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Dodge at the Sioux City 7-yard line.
Mike Casey's down there at Casey's Steakhouse. Great place. But Coach Ponder brought up, for some odd reason, Marla Hooch of League of Our Own, and Lori Petty, who was Kit, and Dottie. Kit was the pitcher, Dottie was the catcher. She's from Sioux City also. How do you like them apples?
2nd and 4, left hash. Dodge at the Sioux City 7. They motion Washington into the backfield. Floyd takes the snap out of the pistol, and a flag comes flying out.
This will go on McManus.
Ball start on the center.
There was a big-time event in '89, July 1989, when a flight from Stapleton going to Chicago lost its hydraulic power, flew around in circles, tried to jettison some of the fuel. Alfred Hayes was the captain there. He retired in 1991. Was a DC-10 instructor on there by the name of Finch, who has since died. But they had no flaps and they had no slats. They came in hot, landed there at Sioux City, right wing dipped down, crashed. 62% of the people survived that. 111 people died out of 296 souls.
2nd and 9 from the Sioux City 12. Floyd out of the shotgun, 3 receivers right. Straight back to throw. Throws one right. Davis has it at the 7. Tries a stiff arm at the 5-yard line. And another hanky as he's tackled at the 5 after a gain of 7.
And Mike, this is a hit after the fact right here. This is going to go against the law. I mean, it's just one of these deals that now everybody wants to get on the action, so we're going to be able to toss flags just left and right. Going back to that deal, Mike, that was a big thing, and it happened during daytime, crashed into a cornfield. Some of the survivors had a tough time just finding their way out of there, but Sioux City did such a great job there because they had all their emergency personnel there going through a shift. And really, of course, they knew about ahead of time that the plane was going to try to make Sioux City. They're flying this thing, Mike, by right engine, left engine. And Finch was the officer, the guy who's just sitting back there. He's a DC-10 expert. He's the one that actually ran the controls. Hayes, on his very last flight when he retired in 1991, a lot of the survivors flew on his last flight. Basically, Finch and Hayes, that entire flight crew, saved what could have been a disaster of killing everybody on board of 296, but they were able to save 62% of them. Nice job.
15-yard penalty after the play. So now 3rd and 18 from the Sioux City 21. As Floyd takes the shotgun snap, pocket collapses, and he is drilled. Ben Peaster, who pounds his chest afterwards, drops Floyd back at the 20. It's a loss of 9, and Floyd is slow to get up.
Ouch, that hurt. And I tell you what, you got to watch it downfield here, though, because Randall and another guy were going after it down here. The guy kind of did a little pratfall, if you will, on Randall. But the thing is, though, Mike, that's where Floyd has got to realize, great job getting up, but the clock is ticking, man. Get rid of the football. And that's one of those deals that he stood back there. You could see the pressure coming, started to make a move to the inside. Nothing there, moved to the outside, came right into Peaster.
So they bring Famro on for a 45-yarder. He missed last week from 40.
He's got a big leg.
Back deep to return it would be Ron Franklin. Cameron will hold. Snap is back, the placement is good, the kick on the way. End over end towards the uprights, and good. No, they said it squeaked outside. From our vantage point, it looked like it just squeaked inside the left upright. They say no good. So Fambro is now 0 for 2, and Sioux City has it back at their own 5.
Wow, that was a big kick. Mike, what the deal is, goalposts are suspended from the ceiling. So they have chains that are holding and go straight up and down. So if you're inside the chain, hit the chain, stays inside, it's all good. But apparently just to the outside, man, from our vantage point, man, that looked like that thing might have just got onto the inside.
Huge break for Sioux City, who trails 44-25 with 11:09 to play in the 4th. It'll be Sioux City ball when we come back here on Z98. On their feet here in Dodge City alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Sioux City football at the 5-yard line after the missed 45-yard field goal by Alex Fambro. But it's a 19-point Dodge City lead. And their defense, which corralled Sioux City in that first half for just 74 total yards, gave up 104 in the third quarter alone, yet Sioux City only scored 13 points. And now the Bandits have it 1st and 10, moving from right to left at their own 5.
And a lot of time in this ball game yet also for Sioux City.
Dowdell will go under center. The ball is on the left hash mark. Now he switches into a pistol. Now he'll go under center. Bentley is the single setback. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hand off to Bentley. Lowers the shoulder, plows off left guard. And he's out near the 8-yard line. Jamar Seard, Mark Sterling, and Marquise George are the ones that finished him off after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. For the most part, Bentley has been contained in this ballgame. In fact, the running game in itself, 18 carries for 43. Bentley 10 for 23. Back to the line on 2nd and 7 from his own 8. Play action down. Wants the bomb on a post pattern for Oates, and it's off his fingertips at the 10. Cashman Thomas back in coverage for Dodge City. It'll be 3rd and 7 Bandits at their own 8.
Mike, that was great coverage. And I tell you what, he throws it to the inside. That might be a touchdown by Oates. Thing is that we had great coverage on the play, and I know that he wanted pass interference. Well, the ball is right there as we're reaching out for the player. So, I mean, that's a bang-bang play there, but nice play there that time defensive-wise.
Dowdell 9 of 19, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. 3rd and 7, near hash at their own 8-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2 in high motion as Dowdell takes the snap. Ball comes out. It's loose. Towards the goal line. Dodge City has it. And a touchdown. Marquise George. The same thing that happened to Josh Floyd last week as he cocks back to fire. The ball squirts free. And Marquise George has the easiest touchdown of his career.
Mike, that's the 3rd quarterback that we have seen that happen to in the last 2 ball games. Saw that happen. I think it's the Davis that happened to Davis, also Floyd in that ball game, and then all of a sudden, these balls, they've got good grips on them, but Mike, if you get a little sweaty, that grip goes away, and like I said, able to just pop right out there, and great job that time as we were able to get pressure down there. Ball goes on the floor. Obviously, Bandits had no chance going after it. It was nothing but gray shirts down there, able to get that recovery. Nice job.
So the touchdown for Marquise George. Alex Fambro on for the extra point, 50-25. Snap back, ball down, placement is good, and so is the kick. So the defense, which has played such a big part in this game, comes up big again, and now flags fly all over the place after the PAT.
Well, and this is going to go with Davis and Randall again. I mean, Davis and Randall have had a interesting thing going on here this whole game, right off from the get-go. I guarantee, Mike, they know each other's mothers, because I'm sure that they both talked about them. But, man, I tell you what, the penalties between what's going on right now, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, you got to use your head a little bit, understand that, you know, especially if you're on the offense or you're on the winning side of it, the officials will take care of everything. Just let everything happen in front of you. Go ahead and let the defense get the call here. But I tell you, we could very well see an ejection here, and it's going to be interesting to see what the officials do. They're all huddled up right now.
We'll sort it out when we come back. 51-25 Dodge City, 9:49 to play in the 4th on Z98. 51-25 Dodge City following the, can't even call it a strip sack, the fumble by Dowdell, which was recovered in the end zone by Marquise George. The extra point was good. We got some clarification. It was 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties called on Dodge City while we were away.
Yeah, 1 on Johnson, number 70, and also 1 on Randall for throwing punches, both of them. That's automatic expulsion. And I'd have to go back to the rules, see if they've got the same rules that they did last year, but that's at least 1 game suspension.
And in a game where you're
good gravy,
coasting towards the finish line, and you got a road game with San Angelo on Saturday.
When you get it figured out, you let me know why people do that.
Fambro line drive kick, skips off for Bruno, who fields it at his own 9 on the numbers right. Up the numbers now, 25, cuts it back 20, still on his feet. And finally taken down to the open field by Dello Davis at the plus 13-yard line. It's a 28-yard return. Good field position here coming up for Sioux City.
But Mike, there's, you know what, I understand going out and protecting your player, which I'm all for that. That's all good. But the thing is, though, that when you get in trouble, something like that right there, I mean, one, you're hurting your team. Two, like I said, and here we go. We got the penalties in there now. So now we get to line the ball up at 3-yard line. But 2, Mike, is that it not only hurts your team, it hurts yourself. No paychecks for next week. I'm assuming suspended players, if that's the case. But darn it, I mean, you got to lead. I mean, you're out here playing this football game. You've done a great job throughout this game, and then you let stuff like that happen. I mean, that's ridiculous.
The 2 penalties put it at the 3. First and goal from there. Dodge up 51-25. Down on a fade, left incomplete. He was looking for Oates. Dejan Love had none of it.
Boy, and I tell you what, Mike, that should have been offensive pass interference because that was going to be a touchdown for 6 if Oates doesn't hold on to Dejan Love.
It's a smart play by Oates, but there should have been a flag. Now 2nd and goal, no hanky for the first time tonight. We've had a combined 22 penalties.
Man, he did a great job that time reading that play. What they wanted to go with the law play, but he underthrew it. And the thing is, though, here we've got it covered well. We don't get rewarded for defense recovering that play very well at all.
2nd and goal from the 3 near hash. Prohaska, the single setback, gets it on a toss sweep right at the 5, lunges towards the goal line. Touchdown. There's a flag down. Surprise, surprise. If it stands, it's a 3-yard rushing touchdown, and now another one came out.
And this is going to go on the quarterback on this last one. And, wow.
So Dowdell, they get the holding call against Sioux City that it cost his team 15 more.
You know, I just got after really, you know what, Randall and Johnson have played a great game, and then they lose their cool, and it cost our team. And it's going to cost our team next week. But now you see Dowdell, after the hold call, right out in the open out there, easy to see. Then Dowdell goes up and says something to the white hat and adds 15 more yards on it when the play was at the 3-yard line. I mean, it's just one of those deals that you've got to use your head and be cool on a play. Think about it.
So out of the character of this franchise. They've been penalized now 14 times for 140 yards. And now the ball back at their own 22. Dodge City in front, 51-25. Dowdell out of the shotgun. Prohaska off his right hip. Bruno left, 2 receivers right. They motion 2. Back to throw Dowdell. Under some pressure. Dancing right, then he's sacked. Back at the 15-yard line. The pressure coming from the left side, and it was Lou Van Green. His first sack as a Law defenseman. It's a loss of 6. It'll be 3rd down and 41.
And we're going to take a timeout here by the Bandits of Sioux City.
The protection was not bad, but almost like what Floyd did in the first half, rolled right into the pressure. That's the 3rd sack recorded by Dodge City. So a timeout will get you up to speed on what's happened with 8:04 left here in the 4th, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Law leading 51-25. Some of the big-time numbers in this game. Floyd, 8 of 12, 113 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 carries, 54. But Carson's got 2 touchdowns. King Jack Washington has a rushing touchdown. And Dello Davis has a 35-yarder and a 27-yarder. He's got 2 touchdowns, 5 grabs for 95 yards. And in that the first and second quarters, the defense, which was a problem last week for Dodge City, gave up only 74 yards. They allowed 104 to Sioux City in the third quarter, yet the Bandits only scored 13 points. Dodge City's defense played well at one particular time in the red zone of the first half. Dowdell was intercepted by Mark Sterling. And right now we stand Dodge City 51, Sioux City 25, and a 3rd and 41 coming up for the Bandits at their own 16. 0 sacks last week, 4 sacks this week for Dodge City. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Empty set for Dowdell out of the shotgun. Porterman showing a middle blitz. Dowdell sends 2 in high motion. Here they come. They'll rush 4. Under pressure off his back foot. Jump ball. Dowdell, and it's caught by Oates. Inside the 10, and Deshaun Love makes the stop on the near hash mark at the 7. So a lob pass goes for 27 yards. It'll be 4th down and short coming up.
Wow, what a nice play right there. We had pressure coming in on Dowdell. He was able to get the ball up high. Problem is, we didn't play the ball very well. Oates did a great job getting that football.
So 4th down and goal inside the 10. Make or break for Sioux City with 7:20 left in the 4th down, 51-25. The play clock down to 13. Dowdell organizing things on the offensive side.
And Mike, they like the crossing pattern to the back of the goal.
2 in high motion. Dowdell takes the snap. They rush 4. There it is. At back left corner. It's Bruno. Makes the catch. Secures it against his chest. And a touchdown as he beats Deshaun Love and Quinshon Collins, a 7-yard touchdown strike.
Mike, nothing that they're going to throw outside of the end zone. They're going to go into the end zone and attack it right there. Bruno made a nice play. And really, we did a good job defensively. We had 2 guys in that area right there. Just Dowdell made a nice pass. Great catch there by Bruno.
So a 7-yard touchdown strike. And with 7:07 to play, Sioux City inches closer. They trail 51-31 as Martin, who's missed an extra point in this game, comes on for the PAT. Snap back, the placement is good. The kick is right down the middle. 7:07 left here in the 4th. Dodge City 51 and the Bandits 32 on Z98. Four plays, 13 yards. They got the ball at the 3 after the penalties. And boy, they made that pretty adventurous as Bruno, a 7-yard touchdown pass from Dowdell. Now a squib kick fielded by Cashman Thomas at the 10, running left, and he's shoved into the wall by John Smith around the 20. So a 10-yard return, 51-32, Law by 19 with less than 7 to play.
And if I was Seared, I wouldn't go very far because you're going to be one of the offensive linemen. It looked like he was starting to leave, and here comes McManus, Seared. It'll be interesting to see who our next other guy is going to be, whether it be Billingsley, Green, I'm not sure. Billingsley is on the field.
You see, the impact, more so as you already talked about, as the 2 guys were kicked out, it's going to be next week because...
Well, we'll reload somebody up. We'll get somebody that we'll bring up. Thing is, though, Mike, now you guys sit there and think about protecting the quarterback. And with that rush, you're going to be able to bring on here. So now I'm thinking some run plays. We'll see what Sean Ponder thinks about.
So Billingsley at 1 guard, McManus the center, Seared will play the other guard, and he raises his left hand. He's an eligible tight end. 1st and 10, Dodge City at their own 19. Quarterback draw. Floyd gets a block from Billingsley, running right, up the numbers, cuts it back to the left, and he's into Sioux City territory. grabbed from around the waist by Darius Davis at the Bandit 23. It's a run of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And the way the clock is ticking right now, I'm in no hurry, and I'm running the ball again.
Floyd, Carson, and King Jack Washington have combined for 122 yards on the ground.
Mike, if I'm thinking run, you got to be thinking that maybe the defense might be thinking run also. Then you can maybe do a little pop pass over the top, though. But right here, we've got three carries right now to get a first down.
2nd down and a long 2. Dodge at the Sioux City 23, up 51-32 with 5:50 to play. Jamie January in motion. Flag comes out. Handoff to King Jack Washington, who uses a stutter step, bouncing to the left, and he's brought down by Darius Davis at the 23, no gain. And we'll check the penalty.
Running is fine, but like I said, when you get a flag on the offense, okay, illegal procedure.
And Sioux City has already used one timeout here in the 4th quarter. You almost ask yourself again, the timeout situation, because this is still a game. You're down 19. You got to stop, score, maybe get an onside kick to bounce your way. Why do you use a timeout? And that is going to be a question I will always ask, as penalty backs it up to the 22 now. 2nd and 7, Dodge at their own 22, up 51-32. Clock will run with 5:40 to play in the 4th. Coming to the near side right is Jeffrey Cameron. Washington behind Floyd out of the pistol. Jamie January goes in high motion right. Floyd takes the snap, play action, 3-man rush, steps up in the pocket, slides to his left, gets a block from Seard, under pressure, breaks another tackle, spins away, and Floyd finally goes down back at the 21-yard line. Floyd doing all kinds of dancing, but finally succumbs to the pressure on the right side. And the sack by Darius Davis, it's a loss of a yard.
Did a great job holding on that football that time. We were looking downfield, but basically we just had 6 guys all in the backfield right there as we held. Brandon Vinson was, if you want to call him, designated fullback, if you will, and then also the running back in the back. And so we tried to go max protect that time, but nothing was open downfield. By that time, everything started breaking down. Floyd had to take off.
Well, they took a good 40 seconds off the clock, and now they'll take another 20. That's where the play clock is. The game clock's at 4:35. Dodge City leading 51-32. And a 3rd and 8 near hash at their own 22. They actually moved the ball, gave him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. Cameron left. Jamie January in high motion to the left. It's a toss sweep to King Jack Washington. Turns the corner left, and he is slammed into the wall along the far sideline over there by Adams, Denzel Adams, and he stops him at the Sioux City 23, gain of 5. It's 4th down and 2.
And what I like, Mike, is that we're not attempting to throw the football in this situation right here, because incomplete pass, you know, to get the things, I mean, there's a lot of things that go wrong with that. I like the fact that we're sitting there just being cool, calm. Now right here is obviously a passing down. See if you can get that, well, I'm not going to call it obvious, because you know that you got Superman in the backfield back there that can take off and dive and get you that first down, which would be a big first down in this ballgame. 4th
down and 2, Dodge City at the Sioux City 23-yard line. They'll go for it, a hard snap count for Floyd. Out of the pistol, the play clock at 1, and now Sean Ponder will call a timeout. They almost got Darius Davis to jump.
I like that play. Nice try.
Darius Davis looked like he flinched. He did not jump into the neutral zone, and then Dodge City calls a timeout. They have 1 remaining. Sioux City has 2 remaining. And as we wind down the final 3 minutes and 31 seconds, see if they bring in Fambro. But right now you can run a play. If you miss a field goal, they get a return. That could be a disaster. So these are things that Sean Ponder is thinking about.
Mike, here's something to think about too. March Madness.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go, baby? Who you name it?
Well, obviously my alma mater is out.
Mine too.
KU lost in the Big 12 championship game. They'll probably be a 1 or 2 seed.
I shouldn't call it my alma mater. My team that I like to root for, even though I didn't go to school there.
But you have 2 kids that are at K-State, so that counts.
Kentucky looks like they are on such a roll right now. The kid from Spearville, Cauley Stein. I mean, tough dude to guard right now, but Kentucky 34-0. They've got to be clear above the favorite.
4th and 2 here for Dodge at the Sioux City 23. Jamie January in high motion, direct snap to Floyd, quarterback keeper up the middle. Another flag comes down as he stretches the ball down towards the 17-yard line, and he's brought down by Marlon Lobin.
Illegal formation. This is the white hat. He throws this. So we'll reload it again.
But if you're Sioux City, you almost say to yourself, well, this is killing us too, because another penalty, they can run another play.
And you want to save your, obviously you want to save your penalties in this ball game though. But Mike, you know what? I think the only team that can beat Kentucky, probably beat Kentucky, to tell you the truth right now, the way things are going. Virginia struggled. They've lost their #1 player to an appendectomy, and I don't know who else can play with them right now. How about, does KU get a #2 seed, even though they didn't win the Big 12, excuse me?
I think KU is going to get a 1.
I think they get a 2 seed.
And Duke, who didn't win the ACC, will probably get a 1. 4th and 7 now, Dodge at their own 22. 2 receivers left. Snap gets away from Floyd. Loose on the ground. It's picked up by King Jack Washington, who runs left and is tackled by Lobin at the 20. So they lose 2 yards. And Sioux City has it in great field position, down 19 with 2:53 to go.
Wow, that was almost a disaster. Who was that, Peaster, that was on the outside? If he's had a chance to pick that up, that ball jumps up to him, he's going to score right there on that position. But right now, on that possession right now, looks like DC Law, good defense. Don't let him score. Make him take some time off the clock. Continue to put pressure on the quarterback. This is DC Law's game, but a lot of time left. Don't forget, we still got that media timeout coming up here at the 1:30 mark, too.
Dodge City 1 of 4 on 4th down. So now 1st and 10 Sioux City at the Dodge 20 after the turnover on downs with 2:45 to go. 51-32 Law. Dowdell out of the shotgun, calls for the ball. 3-man rush, looking left, back to the right, lobs one, end zone, fought for and won by Bruno for a touchdown. He took it away on the near side from Quinshad Collins. 20-yard touchdown strike, and Sioux City is within 13.
Mike, that's a great play by Bruno. He actually basically, he had the ball coming straight at Collins. He thought he had an interception, but Bruno had a nice little angle to it and able to really use his strength to take that ball away. Man, you don't like to see that right off the bat for a touchdown.
Boy, things getting very interesting here late as Martin comes on for the extra point. Dodge City 51, Sioux City 38. Snap back, ball down, placement is good, and so is the kick. And it's a 12-point Dodge City lead with 2:34 to go. Law 51, Bandits 39 on Z98. So after the turnover on downs, takes them one play, 20 yards in 19 seconds. Dowdell hooking up with Bruno. A 20-yard strike. Bruno now 5 catches for 57 and 3 touchdowns. Extra point good. And things very interesting now with 2:34 to go in the 4th, 51-39 Dodge. Do they go for the onside kick? They do, and it's fielded by Dodge City. They have the hands team at the 15. That's Michael Billingsley, who fields it at the Sioux City 15-yard line, so Dodge can run some clock and put this game away up by 12.
Boy, nice play, too, by Billingsley. Smart play. Just go up, get the ball, and then just collapse to the ground. Stop the clock. Don't even have to worry about, running the football and having it stripped. But the thing is, Mike, you got to like the play right there. But also what is kind of nice about that, right now, up by 12, we're in field goal range. Basically, the way Frambro kicks the ball for a chip shot, that puts us up 15.
Boy, Frederick Bruno for Sioux City and Gello Davis have had themselves a pretty big afternoon. So now 1st and 10 Dodge with 2:18 to go in the fourth, up 51-39 at the Bandit 15, moving left to right on the left hash. Floyd out of the shotgun with King Jack Washington to his right. Takes the snap, quarterback draw behind his center McManus. Bounces off one defender, and then Peaster finally brings him down near the 11. And it seems like every time after every play there's some extracurricular. That's a gain of 4. And Sioux City will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. Technically, they have 3. They can stop the clock 3 times, twice with timeouts, and then the 1 with the 90-second warning. It'll be 2nd down and 6, Dodge City at the 11.
Mike, you talked about earlier how this team, and Sean Ponders talked about it, along with Ricky Burks, has talked about this team almost being like New England, but now you see what's going on with New England. In 2 years from now, you don't have to worry about a guy by the name of Brady nor Manning. Thing is, though, you looked at what New England's doing in the AFC. Every single team in the AFC has gone out and got stronger right now. The Jets, Miami, Buffalo. How about the Jets picking up on defensive backfield, which they've needed to because their defensive backfield last year was not very good. But they have picked up some great things. And then you got those Sioux down there at Miami getting paid a ton of money, too, on top of that. So now you're playing catch-up right now with New England, and New England hasn't done a whole lot.
But New England doesn't have to do a whole lot. They just won the Super Bowl. 2nd down and 6, Dodge City after the Sioux City timeout. They have 1 remaining.
But no Revis.
Ball at the 11. Floyd out of the pistol. Another quarterback draw. Follows King Jack Washington. Bounces it back to the right. Spins off another tackler and is stood up at the 10. He's stopped finally by Ron Franklin after a gain of a yard. And Sioux City will stop it again. That's their last time out with 1:55 to go.
Mike, I understand that Josh is a very strong individual, but I'm a guy that likes to hand the ball off and get out of your quarterback. Your quarterback's a very important individual back there. I like handing the ball off and not worry about your quarterback getting hurt in a scrum like that, because he could step on somebody's leg right there where people are standing him up and actually sprain an ankle, something like that. But it's just one of those deals. I do not like seeing your quarterback carry the ball unless he absolutely has to.
So now 3rd and 6. They didn't give him anything on that last carry. Sioux City can only stop the clock now with a 90-second warning. They are out of timeouts. So a 1st down here for Dodge ends the game, up 51-39.
But Mike, even going back to the NFL, it seems like the AFC East is the only. I mean, I know everybody else is doing some damage out there, picking some guys up, but it just seems like the East has really gone out and picked up a lot of stars.
Jets has spent $120 million in about 2 days. Floyd takes the snap on 3rd and 6 from the 11. Under some pressure, rolls right, dumps it off right, incomplete for King Jack Washington. Washington was rolling to the right, and the ball went off his opposite shoulder. And it's incomplete, so Sioux City gets the stop. And now Alex Fambro will come on to try to extend the lead to 15.
And you're in no hurry. Let this thing wind down.
The clock will only stop on incomplete passes inside the final 90 seconds. And that will bring us to the 90-second warning. It'll be a 4th down and 6 from the 11. And Alex Fambro will come on to attempt what would be about a 29-yard field goal. That's on the way next. Law leading 51-39. Here on Z98. So Fambro will come on. This will be about a 26-yard field goal right between the hash marks, with Dodge City leading 51-39. Bandits now out of timeouts. They're going to need 2 scores. We've seen some strange things. Sioux City needs a touchdown, an extra point, another touchdown, and a 2-point conversion if Fambro can make this extra point, or excuse me, this field goal. Fambro missed one earlier. From 45 yards. This one what amounts more to a chip shot, and we have a delay now as the referee is holding up play.
Well, and I like what Fambro did because the announcer's trying to get the crowd pumped up. Fambro looked at him and said, "Hey, man, shh.
We're home."
Yeah, we don't need a whole lot of noise here.
26-yarder for Fambro, right between the hash marks to extend on the lead. Snap back, placement good, end over end kick towards the uprights, and he's got it. A 26-yard field goal good by Alex Fambro. Now, did somebody say no good? One's saying off to the right.
Wow.
From our vantage point, it looked good. It goes right through.
You know what, Mike? It hit the top of the rafter up there. Yep.
So they say no good.
Actually hit one of the I-beams clear up top and didn't go through.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
With 1:27 left, Sioux City scores twice. They win the game.
Good gravy.
They'll have it at the 5.
And it's such a powerful kick that he got the thing up, and Mike, that's got to be 60 feet.
I mean, from here, even though it hit the ceiling, it looked good because it went over just a little to the left of that right upright.
Hit the I-beam up there, dropped straight down.
No
Good
timeouts
gravy.
for Sioux City, down 12 from their own 5. As Dowdell takes the shotgun snap, airs one out up the seam, and Mothershed makes the catch across the 15. Nobody touched him, gets up, and finally is tagged by Dejon Love at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 12. Bach will stop to move the chains. Bach stops, they reset the ball. First down 10 now. Sioux City at their own 17. And let's put it this way, Jeremiah Oates, who was the high motion man, crossed the line and was sprinting towards the goal line, and Dowdell had yet to snap the ball.
Just comes off communications right there, Mike, between center and quarterback. Center thinking something different than the quarterback.
Our confusion, by the way, on the field goal being no good, the official underneath the goalpost is the one that's supposed to signal good or no good, and even the one behind him, and neither one of them have put their hands up in the air on 2 separate occasions. 10-second runoff after the false start penalty puts the ball back at the 12. Down to 1:05. Sioux City has to score and score in a hurry. Dowdell out of the shotgun from his own 12, 1st and 15. 3 receivers left. Dodge rushes 3. Dowdell down the middle, jump, ball, and it's knocked away and almost intercepted by Cashman Thomas at the goal line, fighting with Jeremiah Oates. Those two exchange a high 5, and it's 2nd down and 15.
Nice play there by Cash. Oates is a good receiver, just a nice throw, but the ball got hung up. Cash right there on the play the whole way. Wasn't going to let him deposit that one in the bank.
Same play that Bruno took away from Quinshad Collins on that last touchdown. 2nd and 15. Clock stopped with 52 seconds. Sioux City down 51-39. They have it at their own 12. I don't know if Sean Ponder was trying to call a timeout.
Please turn off the music when the team breaks the huddle. Next violation will be on sports.com inside city.
So the music's still going. The next one will be a 15-yard penalty. 2nd and 15, Sioux City at their own 12. 51-39, Dodge in front, 52 seconds left. Dowdell takes the snap, fires out, caught by Bruno, and immediately tackled by Cashman Thomas at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 11. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Mike, and I like that. We're keeping everything in front of us, like a nice little pass to the outside, but you got to make that sure tackle. Can't let him get beat you just one-on-one.
3rd and 4. At their own 23, Dowdell rolls right, fires over the middle. Prohaska's got it, and he's tackled in the open field with a flag down by Dejon Love at the Dodge City 16. So for the moment, it's a gain of 9 on a 1st down, but this might be a hold, which would be a 10-second runoff.
Boy, you like this. That's generally hold in the play.
Personal foul. Get your face, number 78 offense.
Penalties have absolutely annihilated Sioux City in this game. 16 for 160. And now it's 3rd and 19 after they had picked up the first down. That should be a 10-second runoff, as the penalty was on the offensive team. They have not run the clock. And that's a break for Sioux City, because all the Bandits need to do is score, kick the extra point, and then recover the onside kick. I said that's all they have to do. They have not run the clock, so a mistake by the officials. Now a 3rd and 19. Sioux City back at their own 11. Dowdell takes the shotgun snap with 4 receivers. Pumps right, throws it right. It's caught, out of bounds. It's Mothershed working on Dejon Love out to the 23, so he gains 12. It'll be 3rd down and 14.
Mike, what a great win for the DC Law. You understand we didn't play well last week and was able to come back and answer against a very good Sioux City team. And really, when this score goes out there, I think throughout the league, they're going to realize that DC Law let one get away last week and understand that DC Law at home is very, very, very good.
4th and 4 with 6 seconds. Right near midfield. Dowdell has 3 receivers. Right takes the snap. They rush 3. Dowdell spins off a sack. Spins off another. Shovel pass to Mothershed up the sideline. He's got it at the 16, moving from right to left. And the game is over as Quinshon Collins brings him down at the Dodge 15. He gains 12. They get the first down, but doesn't matter. The game is over.
Great win for DC Law. And Mike, this is one of these ball games that when you come out and play, you understand what the matchups are. I thought our offensive line did very good against their defensive front 3. We understood that the defensive front 3 is pretty good. Dowdell, good quarterback. But we've got a good offensive line also on top of that. And our offensive line did a great job. Unfortunately, we had 2 guys that left the game early, and that's one thing that we hate to see, because they had played just such a great game and let emotions get to them. Takes them out of this ball game and probably the next ball game also on top of that. Unfortunately, that's too bad.
Dodge City wins it 51-39. And the biggest difference in this game, special teams and defense. They had a big play on special teams following a touchdown. They blocked the extra point in that second quarter. Marquise George eventually gets the, Corey Quarterman eventually gets the ball, and they get the 2-point conversion. And then a couple of big defensive plays. The interception of the end zone that ended a drive in the first half by Mark Sterling. They got pressure with 3 guys. They did not have to blitz a whole lot, and when you don't have to blitz, you can drop those 5 guys in coverage, and Corey Quarterman was the one swatting balls away in the defensive secondary.
Man, I tell you what, Davis played a great game, got some great catches, Mike, and really in that double coverage on that bomb, turned to the right side, looking for the ball. The right side is thrown to the left side of him, had to turn around and find the football over a defensive player, and then go down and get it. Really just a great play there by Davis, though. But you know, I'm going to say this, Mike, right off the bat, I thought the offensive line did a very good job. Almost want to give them MVP too. But I thought the defensive line did a great job. And I think that defensive line, really, Mike, I don't even know if you could really name an MVP. Davis, really, I know could be a good MVP candidate. But I thought, boy, offensive line, defensive line played really well.
Final score, Dodge City 51, Sioux City 39. Our post-game show is next on Z98.